Good day, everyone. How y'all doing today? Good day, Miss Jalen. Not really. Maybe like a couple of seconds. Man, the tears was flowing this weekend. Miss Jalen. Oh, man, I got so many. Ooh, wait. And they delicious. They're a little salty, but man, the tears was flowing this weekend. Woo! I said, cry me a river. Yeah. Good day and perfect giggles. Good day. Hey, Miss Jalen, it's crazy out here. I tell you that. My name is Sharon Bracey. This is the Wildest Wake Up Show. And every single day, we rebel against remedial rhetoric. And today is no different. Why do they, every time I just step outside just for a little bit, they try to find a way to attack Sharon and his audience? I keep trying to, hey, listen. Leave my audience alone. Leave my chat alone. You don't want no problems with us. If you want to have a discussion, keep it between me and you and whatever I say to you and what you say to me. Because you bring them into it, it's going to get a little different. It's going to get a little wilder. I don't know what's wrong with y'all. Why y'all so hurt? Good day, Genesis. Shiesty Bum. Robert M. Good day. Why are they so pressed? What up, Royce M? I don't understand it. What are y'all scared of? Every single time that I go and I step outside just for a little bit. I went on the Hamp show. Man, turned this shit up. We turned it up, Robin. And all I did was go and have a discussion. All I want to know is let other young men like, hey, it's not cool to be breaking your woman like a horse, like an effing horse if we use the words exact. Shiesty is crazy. I keep trying to tell him, if it's us you aiming at, boy, we can get it hot in here. We can let it burn. You feel me? Y'all ain't even catch that bar. What's up, Mel? All I did was just disagree with a BS statement that you said, brother. That's all. That's all. All I'm doing is holding down my thought pattern and how I see things, how I see as men should be moving as men and not be out here crying and telling they got to break somebody. Very Sexy Red says she ready to throw the hands. Let's get it shaking. Y'all better keep it towards me or it's going to be problems. Stop always adding, oh, it's Sharon and his chat. Oh, it's Sharon and he catered to his, it's Sharon and shut up. Be a man. If you want some kind of protection, then say so. Say, Sharon, I need your protection. Say, I need you, my brother. It's okay. Because as we seen, I went over to Venus channel. I was just showing my girl Venus, the voice of Venus, some love the other day. And I just went up there and I was just kicking it with her and Brittany B. And then you know what happened. Is he blind or is he broke? He came up there trying to suck men off from the back. I don't understand it. I don't understand why they get so bad just because I can substantiate my point. Yours is yours, mine is mine. I don't need no help to substantiate my point like y'all do. Is he black? Is he brown? Is he broke? Or is he? We don't know. He came for me. He said, the reason why we don't agree with Sharon's because he is feminine. Where? Because I got the jazziest hands on YouTube. Because I go and run. Because I go and do my 2 push-ups a day to keep the estrogen away. Is it because I'd rather hang out and have a conversation with women than rather be with men? It ain't my fault, sir. And then he can't really substantiate anything. Say we know that he is using a tactic to attack me because he knows I'm a straight man. So it's weird that he keeps saying these things. It's weird. Why do you want me to be suspect so badly? God damn, bless me. I think they are having some kind of identity crisis for sure. It is weird. And they always ones that, yeah, because we know what you're doing. No, you effing don't. If you knew what I was doing, then you do it. Shut up. Stop acting like you so goddamn, all of a sudden, you the greatest chess player of all time. I know exactly what Sharon doing. Ain't nobody doing shit. Y'all just mad because y'all don't get no protection over here. And guess what? All the ladies over here, guess what? They don't have a problem with. They have no problem with me not protecting them as well. Because guess what? When it's time to get it up and smoking, they like, Sharon, move the fuck out the way, Sharon. Let me handle this. Because this mother effer think that he got something up on me. They like, Sharon, back up. And let me curse this mother effer out by myself. And I'm like, I'm just doing what the cops taught me. And I back up. And I let the women hold their own. Because they don't need my help. They don't need my protection. These ladies is fully equipped. Now, any of these, is he blonde? Is he broke? Oh, we also had Jay Prince for president. Ridiculous. He's probably one of the most feminine men in this space, and we all know that. A woman told him to lift his legs up. He put both his legs up in the air. Damn near had his ass showing. And this man think he masculine. This man literally be on his streams dressed as a granny cooking breakfast, speaking in his feminine voice, acting like an auntie, putting on wigs. Boy, if you don't get out of here. And we got podcasts always up in his goddamn feelings as well. It was disgusting. So any of you scary ass men want to hit the link, you are more than welcome to hit the link. We will hold this way. So look, because we know it's all about Sharon making whatever 2 cents that he make, they have a problem with it. Every fucking time. So don't worry. We will hold back the bounties for you scary ass dudes. And nobody could kick you off for at least until you get on my nerve. I will hold the bounties back because we know that's what y'all scared of the most. The lady's gonna kick us off. Every time we go over there, we say our point and then we shut up. You scary ass clown. Anybody want to have a debate on what's going on? Here's the effing link. I don't want to hear no more talking. Nobody here. What's up, Voice of Venus? All I did was gonna show my girl the Voice of Venus some love, and I got attacked. And then he acted like I did something to him. So now, since I did something to you, sir, here's your perfect time. You won't get bountied off. Don't be scared. This is what you say. You say I'm feminine with no proof of me being feminine. You say I'm suspect with no proof of me being suspect. Let's see. Is he broke? Is he blind gonna hit the channel? Is the Rim Prince gonna hit the channel and say how much masculine he is? Is Podcast gonna hit the channel and stop crying like a little girl? Cause he on his goddamn Fifi. Maybe it's the goddamn alcohol. I don't know what's wrong with him. Oh, let me drop it again. Maybe they are misunderstanding that the link was dropped because I thought they said they'd be willing to have a conversation. Maybe they misunderstand that the link is dropped. We can have a one-on-one conversation. Just also when we having this one-on-one conversation, don't bring up nobody in my goddamn chat because then the goons is out. You want to have a one-on-one conversation? This is your time. This is your chance. Everybody got to tag their ass. They punk asses crying, literally. Let me drink some of those tears. Oh yeah, they was crying all weekend, Navy. The fellas was crying all weekend. They even did panels with other people crying. Yeah, because it's all because. Shut up. Had is he blind? Is he broke? The Rim Prince and another bandit all talking about how Sharon don't want this, down the third. How you know? Did you ask me? No. Oh, because when Sharon said this, down the shut up. Speak to me. You want to talk? Hit the link. Hit the link. Oh, quiet. Not one word being said. Look at that. How interesting is that? They keep trying to make it seem like I'm the goddamn villain because they are scary. Well, if that's what it is, and that's what it is, I'm fucking Batman, clearly. Because as soon as I hopped up on Hamp's channel, guess what happened? 2 men dropped immediately. That bat signal came out. There's like, oh, shit, everybody. Let's go. We don't want to get our asses handed to us. That's right. Sharon shooting. Made you look. Why I need someone? You lucky I can't pull up the footage of you running away. Because I believe he either deleted the video or he put it somewhere else where I can't find it. Maybe he privated it so he could cut it up for later. But you lucky I can't play you scary ass niggas running. Like I said, let me drop the link one more time. Maybe they don't see the post. Let me see. Let me drop it again. Let me drop the link again. For any dude that want to have a one-on-one real quick 5-10 minutes and we can have a conversation about what's your grievance on what's going on. Where is the femininity that you talk about with your scary ass? What up, young? Where do all these goddamn tell? Who ran? Who's running from y'all? I come to y'all panels. What are you talking about? Who running? Y'all niggas, y'all ain't running shit but your mouths. What y'all talking about? If you ain't talking about me, you ain't talking about nothing. Huh? Peekaboo. Who ran? What up, MJ? Yeah, there's somebody there. They just scary. They scared to talk to a real man, clearly. Yeah, they scared to speak to me. Because they say I'm too mean to them. I know. It's kind of crazy that man's crying about being mean when all they say is, you got to be truthful and mean to your woman sometimes. So maybe that's why I be mean and truthful to y'all. Because y'all like my bitches. How about that? If I was a pimp, I have a stable full of y'all bitches. Because that's what you men are. Y'all ain't nothing but bitches. So I guess I must be pimp. I'm pimping y'all hoes. Because y'all scary as hell. Now go make me some money, bitch. Because soon as him had the show, they started talking that crazy, and I popped up on the strip. You know, since we try to compare to these YouTube streams, I hopped up on these strips, and the two hoes they went run. They said, "Oh shit, let me get back to work." Pimp Sharon is in the building. Let me get back to work. That's right. Take your whole ass back to the show. What you doing over here? Running your damn mouth, ho. And Uncle Rick hoe ass and whatever the other dude, hoe ass, they both their ass ran. I said, bitch, better have my money. No, Happy, you gonna have to wait. This is for the men to come up here and have their grades because they say I don't set away no time for them. So here's their chance. Here's their opportunity. Any man that has a problem with what we say, what we do, hit the link. We waiting. I'm listening. Any man that think you're supposed to break a woman down like a goddamn horse, yeah, hit the link. Explain yourself. Don't be scared. I know I ran you off the block the other day. That's what happens when a real thug come on the block. They thought they had it like that. Yeah, they was talking all that shit. Yeah, you damn right. They was talking in the chat, cursing people out. Damn right, I broke her, and I broke this, and as soon as I came up, I don't talk with Sharon. Let me get up out of here. That's what I thought. The fuck up out of here. Probably want to hear that bullshit. There's a real man in the house. When a real man come, they get quiet. I don't hear them. Where they at, Crown Prince? Where are they? We cyber thugging, you heard? We cyber thugging out here. Where they at? They ain't sleep. They watch all the time. Every time. All they do is say, no, we don't want to be. Yeah, exactly. If you're afraid, you're afraid. I said I'll suspend the bounty. Because that's what they're afraid of the most. Oh my God, Sharon's going to hit the button and tell me shut up because somebody paid $20. I thought y'all got it like that. What happened? So Izzy Blind, Izzy Broke, he started the show talking about me. I didn't say nothing about that, man. I was up on Venus channel. We were just having a conversation about how ridiculous it was for these men to actually attempt to, because if I didn't hop up there, they were just going to attempt to promote the BS of breaking women like horses. Effing horses is how he said it. I could pull it back up for all these men that act like they never heard this whole ass man, Uncle Rick, say these things, and he's more than welcome to hit the link. And but he know better because he can't have a conversation because he don't want to have a real honest conversation. Exactly, Robin M. So I went over there to just have a conversation with Brittany B and the Voice of Venus, showing my people some love. They had a show early in the AM. I clicked the link and we were just talking about the subject at hand. They was trying to act like they were stupid and dumbfounded. Oh, he didn't mean break her. He meant break a bad habit. You know, shut up. You know, we trying to compare having a girlfriend that I love to being in the military. Not just the military, but the Marines, another level of the military. Where it's one of the toughest, roughest things. We want to turn our women just like how the U.S. Army do. We want to turn our women into weapons of mass destruction because that's what happens when you go to the military. They break you down from being a gentle human being to a killer. This is what they was trying to compare it to. These idiotic men. And then they get mad at me for pointing it out. It's insane. You, sir. You wanted to compare being in a relationship to turning a man into a psychotic killer. A killer for hire. That's what you was trying to compare being in a relationship to. You know, because when I was in the Marines, they broke men down all the time. How many men survive to actually make it? How many people go into the Marines situation and how many come out? Is it 100%? Huh? So like 100 people, 100 soldiers go in, want to be Marines, and 100 Marines come out? Or do they break and then they go about their business? So is that even a really good comparison, you idiot? You're comparing a government turning human beings into literal weapons. That's what you're comparing being in a relationship with. You are comparing breaking a woman to breaking wind. Don't you break wind when you fart? Shut up. When I had my football team, I break the guys. You know what I'm saying? Shut up. I want to hear that bullshit. When I break my kids down into shut up. You doing it for who? Who are you doing it for? It ain't for the goddamn person. It's for the team. So when you breaking somebody down, who is it for? It's for the fucking team. It ain't for the individual. That's why it doesn't make no fucking sense. However you do it. Got me cursing on my own damn show. Ain't that a... It's insanity. Oh, you know what? I forgot to drop the link. Hold on. Maybe because all these male detractors. Let me figure. Oh, I forgot. Let me see. This is what they saying, Barry White. It's insane. Where we at with the likes? Disrespectful? Where we at? Okay. Oh, that's what we want to be. We want to be disrespectful about it. Okay. Hit the like button. Hit the share button. What's the problem? I ain't asking you for much. Because you know that's what they're going to cry about next. That's what they're going to cry about next. How about just some honesty and truth? How about we hit the like and the share button for my honest and my truthful opinion about what's going on? How about that? How about we just share with one another? My opinion can be different from yours. It's all good. It's all good. Let me see. Any one of them. Smitty's Corner. Is he blind? Is he broke? Little podcast. Rim Prince. Uncle Rick, who? Mr. Rimtastic, any one of y'all can hit the link. And we can have a conversation about what you like. We can have a debate about it since y'all are the intelligent ones. Y'all the ones that want to have the conversation, apparently. Thank you for that, Smitties. I really appreciate that. Seriously. Because it needs to be done. We need to start doing that amongst each other. Whether it's good, better, and different. I didn't get to see it yet. So I appreciate you, Smitty. Good, better, and different. We still need to be sharing each other out because we are our own community. So anybody that got all this goddamn smoke for Sharon because he's feminine, because he's protected women, because he want to uplift women, whatever it is that you want to say, go ahead, explain yourself. No doubt, Smitty. Thank y'all. I really appreciate that. Because I need to understand how do y'all explain the correlation. Because it doesn't make any sense to me at all. Please, somebody explain the comparison to breaking a person to breaking your running back to playing football for your team. Where does that benefit her? Even when you breaking this goddamn horse, what is the purpose of you breaking that horse? So you can ride the horse. You riding the horse is going to benefit the horse. Why? Because what? Because you feeding the horse? Because you gave the horse a place to stay. You only doing that because you wanted convenience for you. So you can put the goddamn saddle on the damn horse. So you can ride it and do whatever the hell you want to do to the horse and what you want to do. And then when you ride that horse until it can't ride no more, we're going to ride till we can't no more. Literally, that's what you want to do to a woman. You literally want to ride her until you can't no more. Till you work her goddamn fingers to the bone. Then what you going to do when you ride that goddamn horse so it can't ride no more? You go do what? You want to go get you a younger one and dispose of that one too. You want to have this psyops on the internet on making women feel like they are less than a man. When this equal shit doesn't have anything to do with exact value. Is that they are equal where they are human beings. They have a different value. You have a different value. However, we supposed to be equally respected. Not just throw out what she does and say, hey, I'm going to ride you. And whatever I do or say to it, doesn't matter if I whoop your ass and strike you down on the ground. I still did it because it was for you. It doesn't matter if I slap the shit out of you. I did that for you. It doesn't matter if I go out there and sling peen to the whole community and then bring it back and bring that same peen back to you, whether if I clean it or not. I did that for you, girl, because I had to break you. I had to make you understand what kind of man you dealing with. Smitty Corner, the person that said this shit was Uncle Rick, and a bunch of men agreed with it. People that said it was people like Jay Prince for God's sakes. People that said it and agree with it is people like Podcast for God's sakes. People that said and agree is people like Mr. Rimtastic for God's sakes. This is the thing I'm supposed to ignore as a man hearing this? That you are telling this to other young men, so the young man say, oh, yeah, I'm dating my girlfriend. She's beautiful. She's smart. But I need to break her. I need to break my woman like a goddamn horse. Because it's for her. Because I want to ride her the way how I want to ride her. And I'm going to ride her until the wheels fall off. Until the wheels stop spinning. And when the wheels stop spinning, I'm going to trade her ass in for a new one. And kick her to the curb. It don't matter if I break her mentally. It's what the man said. We asked him. So what in the process of you breaking her, you actually give her some psychological problems. You know what the man said? So what? That's what the man said. He said, so what if I break her mentally and she goes crazy? So that's just part of the process. What the f- are we talking about? Why y'all keep acting like I'm the crazy one? It's you. It's just that real men are out here. And now we're not just out here in the streets protected. We're going to also be on the internet protected as well. Good day, love experience. Oh, where are all these men that say I'm scared to have a conversation at? Where are you? I thought you wanted to debate. I thought you wanted to talk about my talking points. I said a lot of things today so far. Where are all these men that disagree with my talking points? Troy Miller. Hey, Troy. How you doing, Troy? Don't be a scary ass ninja. Hit the link. Explain yourself. What do that have to do? You are a faceless person too. Hey, isn't that? Maybe you're talking about yourself. Maybe you are the mental patient you are talking about. Maybe when you look in the mirror, you realize that you are a mental patient. Or you can hit the link and show that you are not a faceless mental patient. Hit the link and cam up and have a conversation, sir. What are they gassing me up to do? But of course, he will not hit the link. He's not brave enough to actually have a conversation with a man. He's only willing to be faceless like he claiming they are. And please don't time nobody out. It's okay. We're going to let them talk a little bit. Let them feel a little good about themselves. This is the only time they could feel good is when they talk ish. So he's calling somebody faceless and he himself is faceless. I would love for him to hit the link and explain to me how he really believes that breaking a person is beneficial to a relationship. I'm so confused. Please hit the link. One of his podcasts, Israel Mills, Estrogen Man, Mr. Rimtastic. Who else is y'all fearless leader that can explain how breaking a woman down and not caring about her mental health, the person that you love, the person that you want in your house, cooking and cleaning for you, actually makes sense to preach that to other young men? Please. Let me, did I drop the link? Let me make sure I dropped the link. Because maybe y'all confused about where the link is at. They was literally telling me, Sharon, you could break somebody in a good way. Look how the Marines did me. They broke me. So I want to break my wife how the military broke me. So you want to what? You want to go and tell your wife how much of a piece of shit she is before she came in and signed up for your program? And how you're going to make a woman out of her because you're going to break her down because who she was before was not good enough. And then after she is done with your training, she's going to be the greatest woman. That's what you're saying? You saying that you're training your woman to be what? A weapon of mass destruction? What are we saying when y'all say these things? Mr. Mullet, please hit the link. I'm willing to have the conversation with anybody that can explain. I would love for podcasts to hit the link and explain to me how I'm protecting the ladies over him. Because when I was there at the show, you called Fantasy Island Girl a B word and started an argument between y'all two. So what is it that you want? Just because you and some female start having an argument, you think I'm supposed to have reverence over you because you're a male and you my man to say, hey, don't talk to podcasts like that, even though he called you a B? Even though he said you a hoe? Don't talk to podcast, because when he call you a B and a hoe, he don't really mean it as you a B and a hoe. His B and hoe is a little different from how the other men say B and hoe. His is not as mean as being a hoe. You gotta get, because what? Oh, when podcasts call you average, it doesn't mean that you are actually almost ugly and that you are less than. No, because when podcasts say it, it means a little different. Even though he's saying the exact same thing as these other men that is weaponizing women and trying to put them a part of the psyops and train them like Marines. Literally, we know training people in the military is some kind of form of brainwashing at some level, right? To make them believe in these things. You got to believe. So, but when podcasts say you ugly, it doesn't really mean ugly. It just means that his version of it is that, hey, you're actually beautiful. So when he say it, it means beautiful. But when everybody else say it, it means something else. Shut up. Don't get mad at me because the people that you are communicating to are not understanding you. And then now they're supposed to specialize it because it's you. No, that's not how life works. If you cannot communicate properly, that's a you problem, not a me. Don't ask me to police it. Because the woman picking up on the bullshit that you are saying, whoever that person is, that's podcast included. If you're trying to have an honest conversation, then have it. And don't get upset when somebody get upset or offended by the words you were saying. And then they express and explain to you how it's upsetting them, how what you were saying. Do you say, but that's not how I mean it, but that's what the word means. It's crazy. Even though you called me stupid, even though you called me dumb, even though you called me the B word, even though you called me hoe, I know I called you all those things, Fantasy Island girl, but when I say it, I mean it out of love. Shut up. That's the same bullshit of the whole break her. Is that everybody else mean it in a negative way, but when I say I love you so much that I'm putting you down. That's how much I love you. I love you. It's going to hurt me more than it hurt you when I slap the shit out of you. What up, Mufasa? What's wrong with these men, Mufasa? They need some straightening. They need some get right. Mufasa, let them know. Mufasa, maybe you didn't see it, but Mufasa, let all the men know that have a disagreement that I dropped the link for them to join and let me hear your grievance. I don't mind having a conversation. We ain't gonna let you get kicked off because that's what they scared of the most, Mufasa. They are so afraid that a woman can actually voice her opinion, but they like, but Sharon, you let the woman be disrespectful to me. I didn't jump in either way. When Podcast and Fig had they back and forth, I did not jump in either way. Mufasa, I thought your name was Mufasa, not Bennett. What's up, DB? So where are you? What's up, Chaotic Clubhouse? Shout out to my peoples in them. Shout out to my people. Because I want to see where's all this goddamn shit. Where is it? Huh? What you talking about? Nothing? Huh? Peekaboo. It's the problem with y'all. Y'all, every time a woman raises her voice, you find it disrespectful because she disagrees with your dumb ass. Then you want, Sharon, you see the woman again, disrespectful again. Crying. Like the little bitches y'all are. That's why they fucking run when they see me. As soon as I come in a goddamn place in the building, oh my God, they try to do all these things. Sharon, he's stupid. He's a simp. And then they go running. Oh, Sharon, he's so feminine. Oh, let me run. Crying. As soon as I hit the goddamn link, I pop up. They're like, oh, I can't have a conversation with Batman the Dark Knight. I don't converse with people like Sharon because he makes too much sense. I want to whoop on women's asses. I want to be in places where other men allow me to circle jerk them, and so I can whip other women's asses too. Fuck out of here. I ain't scared of not name one of y'all. We cyber thugging today. F that. It's up and it's stuck. Get your scary ass. Look, Mufasa, did I drop the link? Maybe, because I know Mufasa. He's always honest. Mufasa, did I drop the link? Hold on, let me see. Any of these scary ass men that was talking all that crap. This whole weekend. Crying. Yeah, hit the link. Or maybe they too busy sucking from the back. Maybe that's what is going on. Maybe when they finish sucking that thing from the back, maybe then they can hit the link. Quiet. This is why they run. They see me, they start running. Because they don't want to have a real honest conversation. What they want to have a conversation about is keeping women down so they can actually be involved with women and try to make it seem like they actually have some kind of love and affection for women. No, you sucking things from the back, homeboy. You a lover of men, homeboy. You homosocial, homeboy. Stop asking me to protect y'all from some goddamn woman and her goddamn words, homeboy. Because when you podcast and Fig was having an argument, I stayed out of it. I did not say podcast don't say this. I didn't say Fig don't say this. I'll let y'all have it. When PhD even have a disagreement with any of these fellas, I stay out of it, let them have it. Stop trying to use my audience as some way of having your bullshit ass argument. I'm giving you a perfect opportunity. No bounty for you scary ass, because that's what y'all worried about. Look, nobody dropped 99 cents. I didn't ask somebody to drop no money. Nobody said anything. It's been no super chats. It's been no cash apps. None of that. What are y'all scared of? Y'all sus. Y'all suspect. That's why when y'all in your house, y'all can I please get some I'm just, because I'm just your punk ass. Can't even raise your own voice in your own goddamn house. You ask to speak to the man in the house, the goddamn woman jump and say, ain't no man in this goddamn house. This just happened. Where's DJ Witch Doctor? Tell us what happened. They asked the dude, they said, hey, can we talk to the man in the house? She jumped up and said, ain't no man in this house. If I want to bring another man all up in here and tell him he got to watch, then that's what the F he going to do. He going to sit his ass there and watch me have a good time while this other man pound me out. And if he don't like it, he can hit the damn door. Because I'm independent. That's what she told him on live. This is what she told her man. Huh? Oh, Crown Prince, what's he talking about? Huh? What? Now we act like we don't understand what's going on now, right? Huh? Who said that? It was a man on Izzy Blonde or Izzy Broke panel. They was talking about how, oh, look, us men, we can impregnate thousands of women at one time. I could put as much sperm as, and I could have all of this thing. And it was a dude on there, him and his girlfriend was on the panel. They said, let me ask you, what do you think about it? I want to talk to the man house. She said, what the fuck you talking about? Ain't no man in this goddamn house. If I want to have another dick all up inside me, his ass is going to sit there with his bottle of lotion and he going to watch and wait. This is the masculine men y'all talking about? Get the fuck out my face. I look good. Get the fuck out my face. Out the gun. Yo. Cody, this shit was crazy to me. And these are the men that they was championing. They was like, oh, that makes sense. Yeah, you a man. Even though she said, ain't no fucking man in this house. Fuck you talking about? I'll do whatever the hell I goddamn want to. If I want to bend his ass over, that's what I feel like doing, and that's what I'm going to do. Ain't no man in this goddamn house. I take care of everybody all up and through here. I'm big OG. If I want my coochie to breathe, it's going to breathe. That's who the men want to talk to. Keep telling y'all, stop playing with me before I turn you into a string. Stop playing with me. Bitch, I'm attractive. Stop playing with me. I don't know why they keep trying to play with me.
About to be a situation. Hey, hey, hey.
Infamous Jack, tired, broke, and disgusted. These niggas need to do better. LA Project still looking fire. This is insane. Shout out to Sharon. So you over at DJ's LOL. Also, PH Diva, the only one qualified to protect me. I'm out. And I'm happy for you. I am happy for you. He is finally talking about, you know, they projecting when they saying all these things. Because the only people that have a problem with me is who? It's crazy. Look, I had the link out there. It's been 44 minutes. Where y'all at? Do y'all need me to call your name? Where you at, podcast? Where you at, Israel Mills? Where you at, the Rim Prince? Where you at, Estrogen Man? Who else? Where you at, Uncle Rick? Who else? Where you at, Mr. Rimtastic? Okay, prove your point. Y'all are embarrassment to black men. Every day when y'all say this BS remedial rhetoric, you are embarrassing other black men that's actually moving in a productive way. Do y'all realize y'all keep trying to use the average earning income to compare it to women all the time? All the time? So Fortnite, if you are feeling a certain way, hit the link and express yourself. The link is, oh, you know what? Maybe they can't see the link. Let me see. Hit the, there you go. Hit the link. Express yourself. Don't be scared, Fortnite. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. It's okay. Hit the link. Take your mask off and have a conversation. There's no bounty for you men. Come on. That's what y'all need, right? Y'all want to have the honest conversation. Y'all want to just say whatever it is that you want to say. So come on. I don't understand. Or you just want to talk ish in the chat because you know you cannot stand on any of the things that you're saying. Your heroes are dying, literally. And I'm not sure if Problematic Jack is coming up to disagree or not. I'm not sure. I am not sure. But we will see. Hold on, let me show that. Yeah. Thank you so freaking much. It's much appreciated. Thank you for the support. We got to play the goddamn link. We got to play the song for that right there. Thank you so much for the 100 ball for cooking up. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. No, Brownsbird, you could come up. That wasn't for no bounty, Brownsbird. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Where we at with those like buttons and those share buttons? Y'all let me know. We have a man in the house. Let me make sure it's him because we know they be trying to troll me. They be trying to get rid of me. They be trying their best to bring it down. Let's see. Is that you, Problematic Jack?
Damn, I was going to show a nipple. Damn, you got me. Shit. What's up?
So Problematic Jack, what's your grievance? What's your disagreement with Sharon Bracey?
Well, I disagree with you up here in your damn living room yelling at the mic, bruh. So I needed to come up here and make sure you wasn't up here looking crazy, bruh. What's up?
This is a Monday Mess Smoke Show because they keep saying that I'm afraid to have a conversation.
I literally just watched the Venus stream. Don't tell her I still watch her stuff. All right. Okay. Anyways, yeah, I just watched that, and yeah, I actually agree with a lot of what you guys were talking about. You guys were, yeah.
And did I start that since you watched it? Did I start any problems with is he blind or is he broke? Or did he come up there and say that I'm feminine?
I believe he did. Well, it's kind of hard. Y'all been beefing back and forth, but on this particular show, I don't think you threw the first shot.
Of course I did not, because I never do. All I'm doing is reacting to the actual words that they're saying. Like Uncle Rick, I'm talking about his words and what he said about breaking women like a effing horse is what we was talking about. And for some reason, I'm attacking all men. Well, if I have to attack all men that believe in that bullshit, then yeah, that's what it's going to have to be. It ain't my first time getting jumped. Anytime I step outside of these YouTube streets, I get jumped. It is what it
This
is.
is true. And if I was subscribed to more people's channels, I'd probably be able to be there in the chat. But yeah, like Venus said, sometimes you just gotta fall back. Shout out to Venus. I know we not seeing eye to eye ever again, but what it is what it is. But
So, and that's what I
okay,
just
what were we talking about?
And like, so what we talking about is that I'm actually talking about the words that they say, the sentiment that they're saying, the fact that they had a whole show trying to put women down and say, hey, you not a 4, you a 3. You're not a
No,
3.
that was a good show, but I actually wanted to talk about that breaking thing because that is a weird thing that I do see in this space, how people try to incorporate pimp stuff into like relationships. But you see it all the time. I mean, I'm not gonna call out anybody, but sometimes certain individuals come up here and they start talking that pimp talk, and you're like, yo, you guys know that it's not good to be a pimp, right? So
right, and then you want to try to bring that into households and say, hey, yes. See, again, this is me talking about his talking point, right? Great point. He said on the stream, she is your biggest hoe and you got to be her biggest trick, is what he said your wife is supposed to be.
I'm gonna pull Izzy. I didn't see nothing. I wasn't there, so I cannot verify whether or not he said that. But if he said those exact words, goddamn, Ricky, goddamn, again.
And this is what he is preaching to other young men. Yeah, my wife, I pay for that hoe. What are you saying? You calling your wife? Hey, if you want to call your wife a hoe, just don't get mad when I agree with you, right? Hey, it ain't my fault you married a hoe. Right? We don't know where we don't know where
he's not. Yeah.
If he's calling his wife a hoe, then I guess I should call her that too, correct?
I'm not going to agree with that, but I'd be wondering sometimes because we all know that some pimps be marrying their bottom hoe. So I'm not saying this particularly about Ricky, but it's possible some folks do that.
So problematic Jack. I don't want to call his bitch no hoe. Right?
Damn.
Or his hoe a bitch. I want to make sure I put it in the right context. So, so if he want to call her a hoe, I'm going to have to agree with him then. Because that's what he said he was doing. I have nothing to do with that. That's what he said. And before we keep going, hold on! Shout out to Conversation with MJ. Just to make it sure the coffee fund is hit for the month. Good day, Sharon. Good day, MJ. Notify FBI. Save yourself. Side note, we need to start the pre-recordings. Absolutely, girl. Let's get it together. We got to get our schedules on track with each other and let's get it done because we did all the other groundwork. Now we just got to, get it together.
Shout out to MJ. Still over there doing her thing. What's up with you guys? You guys doing a collab? You guys collabing?
Absolutely. So that's my only issue that I have, right? So like you want to call your woman that, right? So I'm just going to agree with you then. That's what your woman is. Fine. Whatever. But you are telling other men to be in their houses acting like because you bought a pack of chicken that both of y'all going to eat, that is considered tricking. And you want to try to turn every relationship into a so-called transactional relationship. That, did you take her out for dinner? Then you tricking. No, that's not tricking, sir. That's not the definition of that. And if anything that you do in the privacy of your bedroom with your woman, that is not your woman being a hoe for you. Where did they get this idea that whatever that man and that woman is doing privately, however nasty it might be or not, whatever that is, why are you calling that hoeing for me?
I'm gonna have to disagree with you on that one. I definitely want my chick hoeing for me. Right, I understand the sentiment behind that.
So you're gonna send your woman out in the street to be hoeing?
Not prostituting, hoeing. There's a difference.
Right, exactly, hoeing. So therefore, any man could turn that key.
Nah. That's what the shotgun's for.
Okay, so stop saying that. Stop. You just said that we cannot be using these terminologies of this pimp and hoe shit.
Okay, stop it. I hate when people use my own words because you're right.
So if me and my woman is doing whatever is considered nasty for me, that's nasty for me. That's just that.
Okay, I can agree with that. We will have to use a different word other than hoe.
My woman get down. If I was to walk inside your bedroom and see y'all doing it, I'd be like, oh man, that's corny as hell. Oh well, that's my opinion. It don't have nothing to do with how you think is nasty. Whatever you got going on is what you got going on. You and your woman should be able to do whatever it is that makes y'all both excited. This whole idea that she got to be a hoe and you a trick when she's literally just cooking chicken for you is insanity.
Well, I understand the sentiment because not speaking from personal experience, but there are a lot of women who for some reason when they out there running wild, going through them phases, they love to do the most nastiest, just off the wall shit. But as soon as they want to get into a relationship with you, they like you. Now she a good girl and don't want to do nothing. You're like, this is some bullshit. Why don't you go be a hoe for me? All right. So I understand the sentiment.
So that's why we got to stop with the bullshit ass talking point because they don't know. They literally don't even know. Look how masculine. Look how masculine this man is. Look at what he thinking about when I said when you are in a room privately with your woman, whatever y'all doing. Look at what he's thinking of, and they say it's me.
Saran, just let that one go. Do not stand on that one. I swear, dude, just don't do it.
This is what comes to their mind. This is what comes to their mind. When you say do whatever you got to do with your woman, this is what they think of.
Yeah, that is sus. I mean, damn.
I didn't say nothing about that. I actually gave them props, right? I said, hey, listen. What I said was, hey, whatever you decide to do with your woman is not considered hoeing. That is your woman pleasing you. Majority of these men, if they was to see their woman do some extracurricular activities with them, they will look at their woman differently if they actually did it.
Yeah, I actually had a whole discussion about that with Donna Horror Combat thing. About there's some stuff that if she actually does do, you like, damn, another one. Then you got to move on.
So it's insanity for these men to act like they want all these things. Like, hey, listen, bro. Stop letting other men dictate how you look at your woman. It's supposed to be yours. That's you and her relationship. Y'all need to go figure that out. And if you keep listening to dumbass men like Uncle Rick that say, I've been married for 20 years, even though we never even seen this woman ever. Or we see him in his little box that he could barely even move his shoulders. He talk like this. And, because I'm telling you guys, you have to break her. Even though I came in and break out of this frame and open my arms, you have to break her.
You're not gonna get me to laugh, bro.
I don't have no space
Shut up,
in
man.
my own house to break free of my arms and actually, but you have to break her. And I don't.
Look, I got respect for her.
And I don't care if you break her, and then she has a psychotic problem. It doesn't matter. This is what I keep telling you, men. Don't you hear me?
I fucked with Big Rick, man.
And then he do his dramatic pause. You have to break her. You gotta break her like a horse.
I will say, of all the years he's been on this thing,
I know I take pauses. I know I take long pauses, but I ain't finished talking. Hold on. This is Uncle Rick talking. This is Uncle Rick talking.
Look,
problematic Jack.
He missed once. He missed once.
I take long pauses. I cannot move my arms outside the box because my wife makes sure I got to stay in this little space. And this is why I'm really talking to y'all, because I don't like my life. My life is hard and difficult, and she always telling me what to do. And I'm the real hoe in this goddamn house. She telling me to shut up, go lay down, and I gotta shut up and lay down. Don't speak while I do my dramatic pause. The last relationship, I tried to cheat and do that, and that woman, she would not allow me to break her. So she left because I cheated on her. She didn't allow me to break her, and it broke me. And I never got over it. And that's why I keep being in these little boxes, and I got to talk like this, and I got to look down. Dramatic pause. Hold on. The fuck out of here. He pussy. That's the real problem. Problematic Jack is that he never got over that his wife actually said, hey, I'm not going to accept you cheating on me. And she left.
And his first wife or second wife?
His first wife.
Yeah, I don't know about that one, but good on her. You should not allow any man to cheat on you.
You should not allow any man to break you neither. And that's what she made sure she did not do. She didn't allow a man to break her, so she left. She packed her shit and left.
I don't know how much that's on the man if you allow a man to break you, but
right.
Men shouldn't be trying to.
They keep trying to make this.
Men shouldn't be trying to.
This is why they keep trying to make this internet some goddamn psyops and try to make black women feel less than what they are. They try to make them, hey, you're not a 4, you're a 3.
Is there something wrong with level setting though?
Your job doesn't mean anything. We don't care how much money you make as a woman. It don't mean nothing to me. And then that same man said, hey, my woman invested her money into my business. Make it.
I heard that. That was wild. Also,
this is the double-mindedness problematic Jack. This is the double-mindedness of it. He would go and preach to the internet how, oh no, I don't really I don't care about my woman's her education. I don't care about her money, but I care about her credit score. I care about her putting the money that she do make into my business.
Shout out to the Pookie House husbands.
But I don't care what is going on. And the reason why they saying that because they want to make it seem this is all part of the psyop. First, you're going to make the woman feel less than because she ain't pretty enough. And then you're going to make it seem like her education, her money don't matter. So this way she can invest her money that does not matter because you make her believe her money don't matter. So now she just give it all to you. That's why.
It does seem stupid to put yourself in a lot of debt, and if you're not going to get a job to pay it off, it does seem stupid. If she's not going to use that degree in any way, it does seem stupid to put yourself in a lot of debt for that.
Right. So I guess none of the men are willing to answer the call. I guess they're not willing to answer the call. It is what it is. Shout out to the over 200 people watching. Let me see where the likes at. Is it at an insane place? Yes, we need 100 more likes. We need 100. Let me pin it. I will pin it for y'all. We need 100 more likes. We need to get it together.
Sharon, do you think a woman can be broken if she wants to be broken?
I don't know about if she wants to. I don't think nobody actually want to be broken. I don't know why these men would try to make it seem as breaking a human being can be in a positive sense. Usually when we are talking about,
I don't agree with that.
Yeah, usually when we talk about breaking a human being, it is never in a positive sense.
I mean, they literally called it buck breaking. So yeah, right. I don't think it's a positive thing.
Yeah, it's never in a positive sense, Jack, right? So even when they was trying to make the correlation between breaking as in the Marines, they broke me down. No, what they did was break your bad habits and make you believe in a new habit. They didn't actually break you. They made you more disciplined is what they did. They could call it whatever, but we know that kind of breaking is different from breaking as in I'm turning you into a weapon. As I'm trying to break you as being my wife. Those are two different types of conversations. And I don't know why they keep trying to act like it is the same. It's ridiculous.
No, the military breaking you is literally dehumanizing you and treating you to look at yourself as an extension of the military and to be a weapon. That's literally taking away your humanity to some extent. So I don't agree with that being a good parallel if they're trying to make it look positive. It's like, no,
Yeah,
most people actually literally break under the pressure of being in the military. Some people don't
absolutely.
come back right. Some people come back fucked up just from going through boot camp. Like
Right,
that kind of break-in it's not for everybody.
right.
Not everyone could survive it.
And that's the reason why they do it, right? So they could wean out the weak people or whatever you want to call it, right? It's very few people that's going to enter into the Marine situation and become out actually a Marine, right? Or whatever the case is. But the correlation is insane. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show, Brownsville, New York. Good day, sir. How are you doing today?
Yo, peace and love, peace and love, peace and love. Cuzzo, first and foremost, man, let me take my shoes off before I walk into this room. Peace and love to the beautiful queen, Happy, Berry White. Peace and love to you. And peace and love to all the beautiful queens in the chat, man. Anya Bracy, the SBG First Lady, Robin M, DB, Shiesty Bum, Bomb Cherry Juice, Rogue C, It's Me, Dr. G, Sexy Red TV, Raw G, Conversations with MJ, Miss Jalen, Genesis, Talking to Ken Folks, M Mills, Zero Tolerance, Mel, Tiff, The Voice of Venus, The Verbal Assassin, Black Beauty, Pink, Ariel CH, Champion Feminist, LA Project, Fantasy Island Girl, The Sherelle Show, Jones and for more, all the queens, man, all the queens. I don't want to forget about none of the queens. Every time I hit this platform, I'm gonna make it my purpose to lift y'all up, give y'all flowers, and show these men, show these knuckleheads how they should be treating the ladies, the queens, and the women on the internet, man. And peace and love to the kings as well. Can't forget about the kings. Listen, cuzzo, you dropped the link, right? You gave these weak men the credence to have a genuine conversation with you instead of talking about you, right? And we understand that they was just too weak to hit the panel. You know, cuzzo, they say, well, Brownsville is one-sided, right? Brownsville is only interested in taking up for women and protecting women and defending women. Well, I got a couple of things to say about that claim that they've made, right? Because number one, it is the normal, natural inclination of men to protect and defend women and children, right? That's normal for men to do that, especially for heterosexual men. Now, if you are a lover of men, then maybe you might not be inclined to naturally just protect and defend women and children, but I digress, right? My second point to that is, well, these men, and when I say these men, I'm talking about these specific men who hit these panels and who hit these chat rooms, right? The overwhelming majority of these men talk about how men should be the leaders and how women should follow and submit to these men who are leading them, right? So if the men are the leaders, my response to that is, well, it's logical to hold men to a higher standard. It's logical to then correct the errors of the ways of these men who claim to be leaders, right? It's logical to tell these men to recalibrate their value systems. Remove lust and degeneracy from the top of your value system and replace it with God. Add some honor, integrity, accountability, responsibility, knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, self-discipline, self-reflection, some stoicism, emotional intelligence. And then you will be in the right mind state to actually be the leader that you are proclaiming to be, right? So Brownsville isn't
I
one-sided.
agree.
I understand that there's women who behave in egregious ways. I understand that all women aren't perfect. I understand that, yes, women make mistakes too. However, I have to start with the leaders. I have to hold the leaders to that standard in which you guys have put yourselves on, right? So when I hear these weak men say, well, Brownsville is just one-sided, that tells me this, Saran. That tells me that these men aren't leaders, right? These men are followers. And the women in their lives lead them, right? Because a leader of men and women isn't so quick to get emotionally triggered when a woman says something you don't like or you don't understand, right? A
Damn.
leader of men and women is not so quick to blame somebody else for his shortcomings, for his errors, right? You hear these men, they always blaming either women who they've crossed paths with, or they're blaming their mothers. Some of them even blame their grandmothers. They're blaming everyone except for themselves. And they definitely never blame their fathers, even though the father walked out on them, right? And they didn't even know him, didn't even have a relationship with him, but they blame the mother for that. When we broke down
Yeah.
the codes of manhood and the levels of manhood, we discovered that these men were degenerates, right? They were the lowest level of men, right? In which, you know, it is what it is. And we know that those degenerates are dangerous, but they are not the most dangerous men out here. You see, what we discovered this weekend, Cuzzo, is the most dangerous men who are out here are not the Rim brothers. And when I say Rim brothers, I say red pill, incel, manosphere brothers, those no good suckers, right? You see, when I first started hitting your panel, Cuzzo, I thought the main problem in this YouTube community was the Rim brothers. But now I'm starting to understand there's a deeper issue. There's a deeper problem. And there's men in this space more dangerous than those Rim brothers. And those men that I'm talking about are the men who are wolves in sheep's clothing. The men who are pretending to be lovers of women. They are pretending to be balanced. They are pretending to be defenders of women and children. But when you take a closer look at them, when you peel back the layers of the onion, you realize and understand that they are the most dangerous men. For example, cousin, you were on the show, and these men who I'm talking about, these wolves in sheep's clothing, they were arguing for about 3 or 4 hours trying to justify the remedial rhetoric of breaking a woman, breaking her. They were comparing it to all types of crazy different situations that doesn't even make sense, right? And these are the men that a lot of women believe have a lot of honor and integrity, right? These are the men a lot of women believe are balanced, right? But yet, these are the men who were defending and justifying breaking a woman. One of the men said, hey, yeah, it's okay to break women because guess what? I was broken down in the Marines, right? So therefore, there's nothing wrong with breaking a woman, right? The question I would ask this brother is, when the Marines broke you down, who was the primary benefactor of you breaking? It wasn't you, my brother. It wasn't even your brothers and sisters in arms. It was the mission. It was for the betterment of the core. It was to turn you into a war machine so you can go out and kill people. And you're going to compare that to someone you love, a woman, someone who you're supposed to die for, someone who you're supposed to provide for, someone who you're supposed to protect. You want to break her down into a war machine? How does that make sense, cuzzo? These men are dangerous, right? They even said, yeah,
I
break her
mean,
horse, break her like a dog, break her as if she's on a football team. And I'm sitting there listening. I'm like, wow, these men are lost. These men are dangerous, right? Because it's not like they did not hear what Rick said prior to the breaking conversation, right? Because he said that I'm a trick and my wife is a whore. And I just want her to be my whore. So I had to break her. So we understand the premise in which Uncle Rick was coming from was pimpology 101, right? And we understand when a woman gets emotional, when they hear men talk like this, it's only because they correlate the pimpology with abuse. We understand that women who are subjugated to being pimped and being broken have gone through physical trauma, have gone through sexual trauma, have gone through emotional trauma, have gone through mental trauma, right? But yet, these men want to defend it and say, oh, well, he's just talking about breaking her habits. No, he's not just talking about breaking her habits. He told you what he was talking about. He's talking about pimping his woman. And he's advising all of the men to pimp their woman, right? And we know pimping and abuse goes hand in hand. You can't separate pimping from abuse. Both of those go one with another. So when the women are being outraged and they're being emotional about it and they're saying, we don't understand why y'all are defending this, this is what I want the queens to know, right? When you hear men speak and you hear men defend certain egregious behavior, so certain egregious rhetoric, believe them, right? Because the reason why you don't want to believe them is because when you look at them and see them, and the majority of the time you hear them, they appear to you like sheep, right? They appear to you to be harmless. They appear to you to have your best interest in mind, right? But we know when we take that mask off of them, they are actually a wolf, and they believe in the abuse culture between men and women when it comes to this pimpology. Because breaking a woman should never be justified. Breaking a woman should never be defended. Breaking a woman in any manner should never be accepted or understood. But yet, the wolves in sheep's clothing, that's exactly what they did. And one of the wolves in sheep's clothing is he a hypocrite, right? And here's why I say is he a hypocrite is a wolf in sheep's clothing. It's because he made the claim that, no, I'm against breaking women. I'm against, abusing women. I'm against all of these different things when we know for months on end, my introduction to Is He a Hypocrite was him and his panel sitting side by side with a degenerate by the name of Dirty Folks. We remember what Dirty Folks used to say every time Izzy, a hypocrite, allowed him to speak. He would say, listen, I don't speak to women when they have clothes on, because a woman that have clothes on have no value. And you know what Izzy a hypocrite did? He laughed.
Wow.
He like, oh man, you crazy, man. Oh yeah, but you know, I can see it. There's some truth to it, right? And Dirty Folks was on Izzy's panel for months, right? And he never told him, listen, you can't say that. You can't say that you only speak to women unless they're naked. That's harmful. That's abusive. That's dangerous rhetoric. That's reducing a woman down to a sexual object. He didn't want to have that conversation. But every time he talks about your show, he brings up the supreme goddess PH Diva and talks about how she said, well, hey, I'm not going to get pregnant with a male and bring a male into this world. She's talking about what she's going to do with her body, which me and you, we went back and forth with her and we told her our opinion on that and we disagreed with her right here on your show. But that's his claim to fame as to why your show is one-sided, right? But yet, see
there was more context to it, but
we see what he's doing, right? And then instead of having a conversation about how dangerous it is for men to push a narrative that men should be breaking women, he goes and he does a show about you, right? And guess who he brings up on your show?
Who?
2 men who believe in breaking women.
Goddamn.
2 men who have literally broke women in this space.
Goddamn.
That's why I call him Izzy a hypocrite, right? He's a wolf in sheep's clothing. He's not the only one. There's more. But I've been speaking for too long. I want to hear everybody else.
Nah, you got at least a good 5 more minutes in you, bro.
Well, so I want to hear your opinion on what I said, right?
So
on which part? I've only written down 8 points. So
here's the problem with a lot of men when they try to conflate things. They say, Sharon, you have people that say wild things on your channel. The problem is that we check those wild things. And this is a problem that y'all are not understanding. Oh, y'all just too stupid to realize what we are actually saying. And you just want to be obtuse for no real reason, right? Over here, you got to substantiate your argument. It's one thing if I have a white man come up here and say the N-word, blah, blah, blah. But then if I check him and trying to use him as an example of why us as black folks should not be afraid of any white man, that's the part that y'all miss. I was making an overarching point, using that person as my example. And granted, you might not agree with it, but we did not just allow him to say anything and then just say, oh, I'm scared of you. And so any man that come up here and say some bullshit, remedial rhetoric, we check it. We don't just laugh about it and act like it is okay. DJ Witch Doctor, he said some BS about older men could talk to younger men about. No, you cannot. I don't know what locker room you've been in or what locker room you want to be in, but that's not acceptable. And I can substantiate it. So it ain't no cap while he has a cap on, which is hilarious. But you're more than welcome to hit the link and prove and substantiate how I do not check somebody for saying something. See, the problem is when me and PH Diva go back and forth with our disagreement, we don't have to get disrespectful with one another. If she get disrespectful, even if she wasn't get disrespectful with me, it's still up to me to choose if I'm going to get disrespectful with the other person. You could call it selective checking all you want to. But at the end of the day, over here, we have our disagreements with anybody. Nobody over here is afraid to have a disagreement. And that's the problem with a lot of you men. You are afraid to have a disagreement with another man. Welcome to the show. Good day, Supreme Goddess, PH Diva.
Good day, sir. Who you in here cussing out now? What's
Oh
going
man, I'm cussing out all these goddamn men that's talking about I'm afraid to have a real conversation.
Good day, PH Diva.
Happy, hey. Hello,
So I
Brownsville.
welcome the stage from my I left the panel free for a whole hour. And I tell them I'm not gonna
Peace
allow
and love,
no,
Queen.
I ain't gonna allow no bounties, PhD. Even come up and show me your disagreement.
Mhm.
I laid down the foundation of what my argument was. Even though they all disagree in the chat, not near one of them could come here and substantiate the nonsense that they saying. Because not near one of them want their mother, sister, daughter to go through the things that Uncle Rick is suggesting.
Yeah, I have to be against the breaking the women thing because I was avidly against women saying you gotta train men like dogs. So I gotta stand on both sides on that one. I gotta be equal. So God damn, Brownsville, you said a lot. Okay. Damn, I don't even know where to start. Anyways, whenever these guys talk about breaking women down in the sense of pimping, obviously she's not for it if you got to break her to be a hoe. I mean, there are hoes out there who will willingly do it. So if you got to break her, she's probably not into it. So the same applies for the dudes with the women. If you got to break her, she's probably not for you, dog. She probably don't even want to beat her. So it's probably just take that in consideration. If you got to even break her, just get a new one. I wanted to talk more about what you were talking about Brownsville when you were talking about men are supposed to be the leaders. I was gonna give you pushback on that insult you kind of did when you said women he's being led by a woman as if women can't be leaders, but I'm gonna let you have it. So damn, you said so much. Go ahead.
It's okay if you don't have a, it's okay. If you don't remember. I'm Brian. Don't be afraid. You saying the rhetoric is top tier. Hey, hit the link. Don't be scared. Stop being scared. Y'all always call the woman faceless and all these things, and then y'all be that very same thing. Y'all say that the rhetoric here is top tier and we pandering and all these other things. Well, come in and express how you see it as a pander instead of as a actual talking to you and actually substantiate our point of view, because we are not just so-called pandering like whoever it is that you think is pandering, because we substantiate what we're saying.
Oh, and yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
I do not understand it for the life of me why these men don't realize how feminine they are acting. You are moving in your feminine mind. You're usually talking about yourself when you yourself do not have a face on your own avatar. And you saying all these faces, people saying something, you are that. When you just in the chat crying, oh, the rhetoric. Well, come up here and substantiate your point, because you don't disagree with anything that we are saying. This is the weirdest thing to me. You do not want your mother, your daughter, your sister, your cousins be in a relationship when a man believes that he has to break her.
Because though I once believed that.
I also want to say, yes, Aries, somebody snatched your wrench. God damn it, yes, they paid the bread, they snatched your wrench, they took him up out of here.
Damn, they was in stealth mode.
They went up there, they snatched it. Aries. I showed you the
Brownsville.
So I interrupted Brownsville. Get Brownsville, then Jack. Go ahead.
Yeah, because I once believed that what you just said was accurate, right? But I no longer believe it's accurate, right? Because the more and more I hear these men speak, it's clear to me that they don't care about their wives, they don't care about their girlfriends, their fiancés, they don't care about their daughters, they don't care about their sisters, they don't care about their mothers, they don't care about their grandmother, right?
Damn.
Because if they did care, Cuzzo, they would always consider their communication as if they're speaking to their daughter, right? And when you hear a man say, yes, you got to break her, something should click. If you have an empathetic heart, if you have a benevolent heart to where you care about your own daughter, something should click inside of your brain that says, hold up, wait a minute. Nobody's going to break my daughter. And since I'm not going to allow anyone to break my daughter. I'm not going to allow you to advocate for men to break any woman.
So can we address this real quick, cousin? Because makes no sense to me. I swear, Brownsville be reading from a script. Sharon say the same thing. He got the They always keep saying we have some fucking script. I don't understand for the life of me why that's even a talking point. When you yourself go to a fucking job every day and you do the same fucking thing every day. So don't fucking come over here questioning what we do every day. If you don't like the script, you can challenge the script. You can use your words. You can substantiate how the script is good, bad, or indifferent. But you cannot because you actually agree with the script.
And here's why it sounds like a script, cuzzo. The reason why it sounds like a script is because what I am arguing against is so egregious and so wrong that it's easy for me to just logically come up with the antidote to the poison, right? They're not making it very difficult. And if
you do read from scriptures, don't you? So it would make sense. You sound like you read from the script.
Well, that's two different things. Yes. So I am a person who believes in seeking knowledge, wisdom, and understanding from holy texts or from anyone who is very logical.
Damn.
Has accomplished things in life. Yes, I believe in doing research and reading and understanding different ways to view a situation or look at a situation. But when I hear the men speak in this space, it's clear to me that they are attempting to put the woman in this space through what's called psychological conditioning, right? Which is why it goes beyond breaking them, right? Because that's the end goal. They want them to be broken, right? But you understand why they are easily triggered to go into a back and forth disrespectful diatribe with the woman, right?
Can I give you some pushback, Brownsville, before you get too far ahead?
1 second, Jack. 1 second. So, they want to push these women down. They want to be disrespectful to them, and they want to be triggered by them so that they can prove that they can dominate over them. That's number one, right? Number two, they want to criticize their looks, right? Which is why the men are interested in these women camming up, right? We here say, hey, you don't have to cam up because we're interested in your mind. We're interested in what you have to say, and we want to give you the freedom to share your opinion, right? Because at the end of the day, we're just having a conversation, right? So why does it matter what a woman looks like? Well, the reason why it matters what a woman looks like in this space is because they want to sexually objectify that woman or criticize their looks, right? Then they want to rate them, and they want to try to brainwash or manipulate these women into thinking that they are very, very low substandard in terms of rating, in terms of attraction, right? Because their goal is to create a environment in which women have low standards and have no boundaries, right? So that these degenerate men, which majority of this space is filled with degenerate men, so they can have access to a wide range of women, right? So they're playing a long game of psychological conditioning, which is why certain women have decided to just flat out leave the space because they realize what's going on. They're being systematically broken down mentally and emotionally. On the show that you said you watched, Jack, we watched a woman in real time have an emotional breakdown based upon the conversation.
Wait, no. I didn't watch that show. I didn't
breaking a woman.
I didn't get to it.
Okay, well, I'm just letting you know.
All right. And also, Silent, something's going on with you. You have to drop down and come back, Silent. Something's going on with it won't allow me to bring you up for the
You put it on members before I had a chance to go back and watch it. I didn't really find out about it till yesterday. I mean, earlier today when I was watching Venus, her life. When you guys talked about it. I didn't know Kelly Bev tried. Otherwise, I would have been over there with my cape on because I love that Kelly Bev. Love
That's
me some
right,
Kelly Bev.
PhD.
Wait,
That's right. That's right, PhD. Yes.
No. Stop. What happened now?
That's right.
Okay, wait. Okay, and now I need y'all to explain to me what happened. And Jack, not you, because you're gonna get cussed out. Don't say no stupid shit, Jack. Okay.
So while
Gotcha.
the degenerate men and the wolves in sheep clothing men were engaged in a debate on whether it is right to break women, right? And they were utilizing different analogies and comparisons to justify men having the right to break their woman, right? And in the midst of that conversation, which lasted about 3 to 4 hours, PH Diva, a woman on the panel broke down, had an emotional breakdown live.
Why?
Right?
She said, because men do not understand what you are saying. When you say break her, you don't understand how it looks when a man is attempting to break down a woman. Literally tears. That's what she tried to explain to the men.
And what did they say?
Oh, they try to quiet it up.
Oh.
My black ass.
They didn't care. They didn't care. They didn't care. They just kept talking. They just kept trying to justify it, kept trying to defend it, which is probably why the stream is no longer available. Because it was really a dangerous stream to be.
And this was on Ham Channel?
Yes.
Of course. Look, I keep telling y'all,
it's in members only.
Because I'll be sitting here and I'll be saying the same shit consistently. And motherfuckers will listen to what I say and key and keep doing the same stupid shit they've been doing. I told y'all that motherfucker was egregious with his fat bitch made ass. I told y'all he was fucking egregious. And y'all are still women. Take y'all stupid asses over there and subject yourselves. Just like I saw a bunch of y'all subjecting yourselves to Jay Prince, big stupid gorilla looking ass, telling y'all that you don't look like nothing. Are you fucking serious? And none of y'all had the hair on your pussy to ask them, then what that mean for your daughter, nigga, because she looked just like you in the face. Look.
Fuck.
You could call me what you want, but you can't call me a fucking liar.
Damn.
Right? And y'all women got to stop being so fucking stupid and letting these niggas play on your goddamn top. And so that's unfortunate that happened. But Callie Bell do go over there and sit her ass up and kiki with some bullshit. And so when the shit turned on you, and this is what I have to explain to people about me, right? A lot of people like to be around me because they like to see the shit that I say about other people. But I say, baby, my chamber gonna be locked and loaded on your ass at some point, and it ain't gonna be as fun, right? So decide if you really like being around me, because I'm always gonna say what I see. Nevertheless, so don't sit over there and kiki with these men and be seeking their validation and wait for them to build up a head of steam and jump on top of and stomp up and down on your feet, right? Now it's a problem. When it should have been a problem when they was coming at other women.
Yeah, I know. I walk on eggshells around here. Thank you, PhD, for putting the fear of God in me. But damn. I didn't know too much
Take
about that.
your bitch ass. The reason you got time to sit up on the internet, you fucking ex-con, is because you work at a fucking hotel. Nigga, you the overnight doorman at a fucking hotel. Nobody gives a fuck what you think, right? You unattractive. You was in prison sucking dick for many years. And so, sir, now I invited you up before you came. So if you want to come on. Crown Prince. The nigga who head looked like it's about to lean off his body in his avatar.
Damn.
Yeah. Come on. Come on, bitch ass nigga.
Goddamn.
Nevertheless, Jordan, thank you for the super sticker. Miss
Damn.
J.
PhD
Lynn.
even took this up.
Miss J. Lynn. Amen, PH Diva.
Tomorrow turning it up.
Damn. You and Brownsville is cooking today, PhD. Damn. I'm at a loss of words. I did want to talk to Brownsville about that thing he said about why do you need your woman to be a weapon? Because supposed to you guys against the world, right? So you kind of do need somebody who can withstand certain pressures. But I don't know about
But no, but see, you got it backwards, right? Because you're supposed to be the weapon for your woman, right? Isn't men or aren't men supposed to protect and defend their family?
This is true. It would be nice if you had a soldier next to you, though.
If men are beholden to be the protectors, providers, and defenders of their family, then why do we want our woman to be a weapon?
Because she has to be able to defend the kids in your absence. You don't want her to be a weak bitch, as they say.
You teach her self-defense tactics. You teach her how to protect herself when you're not in her presence, right? But when you're in her presence, you're the one who's supposed to run the danger and tell her and the kids to go the other way. You're the ones who's supposed to run to the fire and tell the wife and the kids to run away from the fire and call for help. You're the one who's supposed to go without water.
So, and here's the thing, Trey Miller, like, why you not clicking the link? You calling somebody else a punk for not clicking the link, but you are not willing to click the link. Again, talking about yourself. It's insanity. Go ahead, Diva.
The one and only verbal assassin. Hashtag Diva is life.
Hey, Sharon.
Yes.
Sharon, did you come up with that practice makes habits? Because I found that very profound. I've been using it a lot lately.
Because it's something that I wound up just being I'm getting better at things, and I realized I was practicing things not the proper way, and I realized practice doesn't make perfect. It created me a habit, and so I had to break a lot of habits, right? And I use that word purposely because they act like they don't understand the nuance of me saying breaking a habit and breaking a person is not two different things, right? That's how dumb of an argument that they would try to have. Oops, look, he said break. I guess breaking a habit is okay. Yes, breaking a habit is okay. Breaking a human being is not. It's really that simple. You understand?
Yeah.
That's how I came up with
I understand it. I just wanted to hear the origins.
That's how I came up with that analogy that, we got to create habits and create good habits.
Yeah, because I was going to bring it up when Brownsville was talking about men supposed to be the leaders, because I felt that would have been a perfect segue into that, because if the man ain't right and if they have terrible fucking practices and stuff that they have instilled in them being a leader, if anything, is not good for anybody. If the head is sick, then everybody going down.
Absolutely.
So another thing, we really got to find another word other than rate, because if you don't listen close enough, it really sounds like that other word. So I don't know how we're gonna figure that one out. We really got to do something about that.
Crown Prince, baby, stop making excuses. If camming up was a requirement for you to talk to me, you wouldn't be down there with your Twitter fingers going crazy in the chat, right? So if me not being on camera is an issue, then don't even say shit to or about me in the chat, because you shouldn't want to address me at all. But if you do want to address me, bitch ass nigga, then bring your whole ass up here, and then you can do that. So now you got two choices. Either you a bitch, or you gonna find out you a bitch when you hop your ass up here and let me make you a bitch.
Yeah. And I think it's and another thing that's very confusing to me is that, like, people don't understand why Cali Bev was crying and why she felt so emotional about the situation of these men just being egregious at all time, and these men trying to make it seem like it was okay, right? Regardless, Diva, she already cooked that situation, and she got a very valid point. Hey, you can't be mad once the triggers eventually, because it will eventually point at you. It is, right? One of these days, and it happened already. Me and Diva got into it. We had our conversation. It is okay. She could cook me up. See, but for me, I don't have no feeling about it. She could curse my black ass. I told you what, I ain't gonna cry. Like podcast did. Diva, she cursed me out, and I don't understand why she did me that way.
You so damn silly.
You didn't see the stream, Diva?
No.
Yeah, he did a whole stream saying, I don't know why Sharon didn't tell PhD Diva not to talk to me that way when I say things I'm not trying to be. It's me.
Oh, okay. Well, all right, child.
He was crying, Diva, and I was like, I don't understand why are you mad because I let you and her have a conversation. If she deemed you disrespectful, or she, whatever the case is, when her temperature rise, it's up. Don't get mad at me because it finally pointed at you. If you said something stupid and she was able to pick it apart, that ain't my fault. You feel what I'm saying, Diva? If you cannot substantiate, if you saying the same thing as my enemy, I'm sorry, I'm not going to look at you. Well, when you say I'm average, that don't mean that I'm average. Right, because that's what he tried to say. Because I tried to tell you that I'm not these other niggas. When I say that is a woman is a hoe and she's a prostitute, I don't mean that she's a prostitute. No, bro, you saying the same pimpology that they saying, and we just breaking it apart. We cannot separate it when you say it versus when they say it. If you're saying the same bullshit remedial rhetoric, you're gonna get cooked. If you really holding an intellectual standard, know and recognize the words that you are using. And you cannot say because it's you that is going to make it different.
I agree. I had to recently stop saying some stuff because certain people with certain ideologies have similar talking points, and I'm like, I don't fuck with those things.
So Jack, to your
I understand that.
Being gay, Ron.
Say that again, Diva.
Jalen in the chat being gay. He said,
"Oh Lord,
you fella, Sharon."
Yeah. Hey, Brownsville, you do realize strange women aren't our relatives, right?
And
This whole look at them like your daughter and your sister thing, that's crazy, especially when a lot of women say they literally hate men. Why would you treat that person like a family? A member.
So, see, and that's the thing, right? I'm expecting you to be at a certain intellectual level when we're having these conversations. So we're talking about the conversation, right? And when we're talking about a conversation that's online, right? We can't rule out the potential of the woman that we love having access to this conversation, can we?
No, we can't.
Right. So using that logic that anybody can have access to these conversations at any time, right? It's logical to say, hey, if we're having this conversation and you're saying certain things like breaking a woman, right? There should be men who are willing to step up and say, no, I don't want you breaking women, because some men might get that bright idea to say, hey, I'm going to break your daughter.
No, I get that part. Yeah, I've had to change up some of the rhetoric just from that whole what you just said, that paradigm of saying stuff and then people taking it and thinking you're advocating for whatever the fuck they're talking about and they're on some bullshit. Yeah, I've had to recently, actually over the years, continuously. Yeah, so I understand that.
And listen, I need y'all to either hit the like or the dislike button, but we need to get to 200. We need to get to it. You've been here for more than 20 minutes. You need to get to it. You've been here, like, it's okay. I can see y'all here. I don't know what's your issue. Just hit the like button. Hit the DEI like button. Turn that white button to a black one. It doesn't matter which one you hit. Stop being afraid. Stop being scary. Stop saying that, oh, it's the audience. Stop saying, oh, it's this, down, and third, and have your conversation. If not, shut the fuck up about me. Stop every time when you have a conversation about over here that you are talking about the chat and the audience. If your bitch ass is scared, then say that. Stop trying to use the example that, oh, the women are disrespectful to the men. So what? What does that mean? That means that you can't have your conversation, or you that much of a bitch? Which one is it? It's crazy to me. Oh, you never check the women. I don't check nobody. I have a conversation. It's the problem that most people had in the beginning. Ain't that right, PhD Diva? Right. Now that the gun is pointed at you and you cannot win your argument because you don't got a bunch of men trying to suck you from the back. Because that's what y'all like. Because more and more women is telling us what y'all really like behind closed doors. Y'all like to have y'all legs up in the air. Y'all can't wait.
Shout out to Kanye.
Y'all men can't wait to have y'all goddamn face down, ass up, waiting for your woman. Talking about it's time. Come on, babe. I'm waiting for you. I just came out the shower. We know now. The women are snitching on y'all.
Damn. Or they snitching on themselves. Shout out to Carlos from Fight Club, who told everybody he liked to get his groceries. What the fuck?
Right. So like, and then they get mad because we are just, hey, we see y'all. We understand. That's why they keep trying to make me seem like I'm something that I'm not. We know the reason why you keep trying to make me to be something that I'm not.
And to the men, and here's the thing, right? This is what I want these men to understand, right? Stop being so weak, right? And if you desire to just remain in a weak state, then come up here and admit it, and then I will offer you my protection, right? But this is what I need you to say. I need you to say, Brownsville, I am weak, and I'm not in a position to lead woman or family, right? And I'll never be in a position to lead a woman or children, right? Therefore, I need your protection when I'm on a panel having a conversation with a woman. And the men who are willing to step up to the plate and say that, then yes, I will then put you under my hedge fence of protection, right? But if you're not willing to say that, then I can only fathom that you are a leader and you are attempting to lead women and children. And therefore, since you are positioning yourself as a leader, then therefore I have to hold you to a higher standard. I have to hold you to a higher level of accountability. I have to hold you to a higher level of self-discipline. That's the difference. That's the distinction. That's what y'all got to get through your thick skull, right? A leader does not reduce his standards to those who are following him. So you should not be reducing your standard to your children, for example, right? If your kids are acting up and they're throwing a fit, that doesn't give you the right as a parent to then start throwing a fit and acting like the child, right? It makes no sense. It's illogical.
But Brownsville, isn't that what brings up the contradiction? Is somebody talking? Is it?
No, go ahead. You good?
Oh, I thought I heard something. Doesn't that bring up the contradiction that women constantly say that we treat men and women differently?
No, it doesn't.
They're saying that they want to be treated like an equal. If you're saying that he's supposed to get a different treatment, isn't that what they're complaining about?
Just because you treat somebody different doesn't mean they're not equal to you. I don't know why that's such a hard concept for a lot of people to understand. Just because I treat you different doesn't mean I treat you any less than or more than somebody else. That's not what that means. Just because you can equal to a white person doesn't mean that you're not treating me differently to a white man, right? You could say it's just weird. But any of the people that you follow, Jerome, who life they changed? So why is it always that you trying to question our changing? This is the shit that I don't get or understand. Because even if he was to spit it out and say, these are the people's lives that I infected, you'll say, well, I don't count anyway. So why you even ask the question? You know, it doesn't matter who or what we do on the outside, because once we bring that, oh, well, that's just your cousin. Oh, that's just the people in your church. Oh, that's just the person that you went to war with. Oh, that's just, you're going to find a way to excuse it as it not being good anyway. If you are a man that is afraid to hit the link, I don't know what to say. You are afraid to just have a conversation. And then other men that say the same bullshit that doesn't help you at all. It keeps you a single man. It keeps the lotion on your desk. You acting like it actually helps you. They keep you in the locker room, literally. All they want to do is have locker room talk. Oh, you know, we have a lot. They want to keep you in a locker room, for God's sakes. And you don't find nothing wrong with that as a man? You don't have no problem with that? If you're willing to change, just say, hey, I'm willing to change. I don't want to be stuck in a locker room with a bunch of men. Why these men want to have so much locker room talk? When the F are you getting out the locker room?
And the difference between me and y'all weak men, I'm gonna give y'all a prime example, right? Because it's really not about me, and it's about the conversation, right? Because I'm expecting men to hold themselves to a higher standard, right? Because I hold myself to a higher standard. For example, right? There's a no good sucker by the name of Troy Miller in the chat, right? He's talking about my wife. He doesn't know me. I don't know him. He's a faceless degenerate, right? But yet I'm not easily triggered by lies and nonsense, right? So I don't even care. I don't even want to time him out. I don't even want to, remove him. I let him talk because it doesn't affect me. It doesn't bother me, right? And I don't have to come online and threaten them or any of that, right? Because that's what weak men do. That's how weak men conduct themselves and carry themselves, right? And what I'm trying to call for men to do is stop being so weak. I'm not saying women are children. No, that's never been my message. And I never said women are children, right? But we live in a society in which when a man offers a woman marriage, right, that woman supposed to come up under his protection, right? Which is symbolized by the woman changing her last name, right? And we're going to try to pretend that that's not the situation, right? Yes, women make great leaders. There are women who are leading in a wide variety of different ways. There are even women who are leading their families, right? Because the men are so weak. I'm just asking for men to just be stronger, be leaders, have more self-discipline, have more emotional intelligence, have more stoicism, right? Stop putting all of the heavier burdens on the woman.
Yeah. And
I would just like to add that that's a word. You know what I mean? That was a word within itself, Sharon. When you said, well, I'm gonna put it my way though. Come up out that locker room, right?
Yeah.
Enough of that locker room talk. That is a word within itself. You could talk about that. Okay.
Right. Like yeah, they definitely need to get up out that locker room. Shout out to the couch. It said nothing in the locker room but jock straps. Get out. I don't know why they want to stay in that locker room with a bunch of men. It's time for you to get out, explore the world. Stop being so. Hey, if you are that, hey, it is what it is. We understand. It's okay for you to do that as well out in the open. You don't have to hide it anymore. You don't have to be flamboyant for you to be that. You could be a regular man and still be that. Hey, that's your business. You take that up with you and your maker. I have nothing. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey.
Man, the only thing I hate about being over here is that you motherfuckers don't give me nothing to work with. All right, Brownsville is always seeing some shit, but I can't give them much pushback because I'm like, damn, I can't find nothing in there. PSB would be spitting the facts, and then Sharon, he'd be saying the right shit too. So, like, damn, I just got to sit here and be quiet because y'all don't give me nothing to push back against. It's like, damn, I was gonna say that too. Fuck. All right.
But the crazy part is that all the men that keep saying that I'm doing something I'm catering to honest and truth. That's what I cater to. And if it happens to be that women understand the truth more than you men, then so be it. The fact that majority of these men think that they understand my game plan more than me is insane to me. They tell me what I'm doing and how I'm doing it, why I'm doing it. It's wild. And I don't understand it for the life of me. Good day, Deron. How you feeling? Shout out to you. And I think it's just time for people to understand that this whole Drake commercial way of thinking of all the BS is just not going to work anymore. It's just not. We're gonna start to be honest. I thought it was a beautiful Super Bowl. Shout out for the Cash App. It says for the Monday Live. Thank you so much. I appreciate you always holding me down. Thank you, beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey. Awesome. Thank you. I really appreciate that. I can feel that energy. And it is okay that we start moving in a sense of consciousness, right? That we are just, all it means is that we are aware. That's all it means, that we are aware. Whatever that is, whatever you're aware of, that's just what it is. Shout out to Tato. Let's get the likes up. What is the issue? Why are we not at 200 likes yet? We need 70 more likes. That's all.
I know you ain't talking to me. Yeah, I know you ain't talking to me. You know I don't. I'm allergic to that goddamn like button. Makes my skin crawl.
Hey, PAZ, you seen those FBAs being all proud of our boy Kendrick Lamar last night? Did you see him? Pressing all the goddamn American values with Uncle Samuel Jackson. Pun intended.
Oh, shit, that was Kendrick? I kept trying to figure out who that was. I was asked the bartender. I'm like, who the fuck is that? What is that, Kendrick?
Yeah,
I just couldn't recognize him. I'm like, damn, that's crazy.
That was Kendrick Lamar with Uncle Samuel Jackson. It was awesome last night. And it just goes to show that
Samuel Jackson, so I was quite surprised. I was happy to see him.
And I think it was just awesome of how he was trying to express that. First of all, he did a whole show with just using his music. He didn't do a bunch of ad libs and a bunch of a Super Bowl performance. No, he did a Kendrick Lamar performance. And a Kendrick Lamar performance is very FBA, very foundational, Black, ghetto America. And that's what he was able to do last night. When he had Samuel Jackson say, hey, this is America. They don't want to hear that. It's too loud. It's too ghetto. We don't want to hear that. We're scared of that. Yeah, he put y'all on notice. All y'all acting all scary. This is the problem. A lot of men are afraid to step up. And I think Kendrick, he's showing and exposed that. The men that are afraid to say, I ain't like that. I ain't like Kendrick being Kendrick. It's a problem. They don't like people that's able to be authentically themselves. You got to put on some kind of white people performances, shuck and jive.
I enjoyed it. It was dope.
I heard it was trash. I didn't watch it. I was doing other things.
Right, because they want somebody shucking and jiving on the goddamn stage. We tired of that shucking and jiving. We ain't shucking and jiving no more. We're going to be authentically ourselves. The whole stage was a goddamn prison. I'm pretty sure most people didn't catch that part of the show. The whole reason why he waited to do the Not Like Us is because he said, hey, I know we're going to get sued if we play this.
Wait, he actually played that shit?
Yes, that's why he said, hey, Drake, I hear you like I'm young. And he had that evil grin.
He sure did.
Yeah.
Right? Because he know the problem with just being authentically hip-hop, because he was being authentically hip-hop. He didn't do a Super Bowl performance. He did a hip-hop Kendrick Lamar performance, which was very important for us to be able to hold on to our culture and be who we are and still be great. We don't need nobody else. Why y'all don't get that?
See the pedo at the top?
That's why you had that A chain. That was the A minor symbol.
Yeah, y'all didn't see the pedo?
And y'all gotta stop being goddamn scary all the goddamn time. It breaks my goddamn heart every time I see these goddamn men who always want to acquiesce. That ain't man-like. Be who you fucking supposed to be. Take your goddamn mask off and say, yeah, I'm here. Be strong. Be powerful. Stop being scary all the goddamn time. Take that mask off. Being who you are is okay. We had a fully black rap Super Bowl halftime with a fucking black city won the Super Bowl. Stop playing with me.
Man,
Stop
it's
being
because
goddamn scary all the goddamn time. What's wrong with y'all? Be proud of your people. Stop saying this shit was whack. For what? For
maybe
what?
they didn't listen to the album, or maybe they didn't like it, but I did.
They bullshitting. Shit is sad.
I think they just don't like Kendrick.
Yeah,
I
because
think
Yeah, we know that already.
and right, so
That's
they
what
don't,
it is.
they don't like a fully dark-skinned man being fully dark-skinned.
And he took over the
True.
whole field. Okay.
The man did
I
his,
mean-
the man rapped Kendrick Lamar. He didn't do a bunch of features and he did all the songs that's on his album. That was Kendrick
Well, I
Lamar
mean-
performing like Kendrick Lamar. Nobody said nothing when they was like, Sweet Home and the Band. Anybody want to hear that shit?
That's actually a great song, but that's not the point. I think Drake and that Kendrick and Drake beef, I think that's still sour in people's taste in their mouth. So I don't know if anyone knows this, but I think Drake has a lot more fans than Kendrick. So that might be a thing.
Who cares?
No, the thing is this. I want people to let people be themselves. He was being authentically him. That's what his music is like. That's what his music videos is like. It's ghetto. It's talking about what is going on in our neighborhood, not what's going on in yours. If you don't like honesty and truth, then that's what it is. All that shit that Drake be talking about is bullshit anyway. He makes
This is true.
to put us to sleep. They call me on my cell phone. Anybody give a fuck who used to call you on your damn cell phone?
Damn. Right.
And you need
Okay.
Yo, bitch ass up. Yo, light skinned ass. Keep trying to.
I was just about to say you don't.
My goddamn poster.
That's crazy. That's crazy. That color shit is crazy.
Yeah, I love the message behind his performance. I thought it was genius. My favorite part of the performance was actually SZA and Serena Williams. I think they did an awesome job.
Absolutely did it because they kept it authentically what it was. Because they keep trying to act like like we don't have greatness where we from. Because guess what? Miss Williams, she is from the same place as Kendrick. The same exact neighborhood, Compton. Greatness. He brought Los Angeles to the Super Bowl. He didn't say, I'm going to do a Super Bowl performance and just shuck and jive. He brought rap to the Super Bowl. With Samuel
from
Jackson.
what I hear,
And what he was when Samuel Jackson said, hey, Kendrick, we don't want to hear that. You trying to scare America. We don't want to hear that's too ghetto. That's too loud. They didn't even see the reference. And then when he did the R&B stuff, he said, yeah, Kendrick, that's what we want to hear. We want to hear something nice. Sauce of the people. And then, yes.
Is Kendrick from Compton or LA? I hear the people from both those places don't like getting confused for the other.
I don't. Hey, it is what it is. It's not important. They both from the same coast.
Kendrick Lamar.
And don't let them hear.
Where they breed fairies, dog. That's where he's from.
Well, shout out to Compton or LA, whichever one he represents.
And anyway, the fact of the matter is, majority of people are afraid to be authentically black. They are afraid of it. They are afraid to be themselves. They are afraid to just be honest and say, hey, I enjoyed him being goddamn right, verb. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, Jack be saying craziness. Compton is LA. But
I just met a lot of people from Compton, and they do get really offended when you call it LA. So
Nigga had some tight ass bell bottoms.
Right. So also that A chain means A minor, by the way. That's the symbol for A minor.
Them niggas had on bell bottoms hugging his ass. Yo, what the fuck?
Right. So
Serena
I'm guessing you like Drake more, Thug Killer.
Drake, fuck Drake.
So anyway, but maybe you're just not up on the fashion, but all the clothes that was worn on the stage was by black stylists and black clothing companies. It's just that you're not a part of that culture. You don't understand what's going on, and that's fine. I never wore my pants sagging. That doesn't mean that it's not a part of the culture. It is what it is. Just because he wore a bell bottom, something that is historically black as well, is crazy to me. Y'all run from anything that is black. Regardless,
I don't know, man.
I don't wear no bell bottoms, but hey, that's a black thing.
Kanye tried to pull that same shit on us when he tried to sell us those slave clothes and said, "Well, I'm a black creator. I made this." Yeah, well, that shit looks like trash. I'm not wearing this shit.
You know, it just look like. But no, the problem is, it just look like. It doesn't mean, again, just because you don't like it, it doesn't make it any less historically black. It doesn't make it any less a part of the culture.
That's true.
So this is the problem that black men have all the time. Y'all want to just critically blame us for everything, but guess what? When fucking Lil Wayne was being "I'm a rock star" instead of a rap star, nobody batted a fucking eyelash.
That's not
He
true.
was wearing nothing but tight ass clothes, looking like a goddamn white man, and nobody said nothing.
That's not true. Niggas, bro, why you saying that? That's not true.
The reason
bro.
why I'm saying that is because everybody embraced it. Like, yeah, I'm a rock star. Instead of saying I'm a rap star. Everybody started wearing that tight ass pants and now tight ass jeans. This is what they did. Because
they didn't follow him.
Because it looks white, it was okay.
There were already black guys dressing like that. So when Wayne took that style, there was already black skaters.
That is not what we are fucking talking about.
Well, that's where he got his style from. It wasn't to be a rock star. He was dressing like skaters.
He didn't say I'm a skate star. He said literally again, and also skateboard is something that's historically white.
He was dressing.
Okay,
like
I can't disagree with that.
So historically,
he was dressing like a Harlem nigga. Say what it is and stop lying.
So historically, it was white. The way how Lil Wayne was dressing and pushing his the whole skater thing and the rock star shit, it was white, and that's why people accept it. So as soon as a black person come out there being unapologetically black, they like, oh, they scared of it. It's weird to me. I don't know since when black men became such fucking pussies that we can't stand on our own culture. It's okay. I don't like sagging my pants, but I'm not going to shit on it. Hey, it is. It's a part of our culture. It is what it is. If I go to goddamn Africa and they wearing certain things, that's just their culture. It is what it is.
I know where it happened. Because the man asked.
I don't care about where it happened at. What are you talking about? I'm talking about stop shitting on a black man for being black. Why is that part being missed? I'm not talking about anything else. What I'm talking about, stop hating on a black man for pushing out blackness. What the fuck is the problem?
Nobody's hating.
What is blackness, Thrawn? What is that?
What is that?
Blackness is so we're gonna act like we don't know. So blackness.
You ask 100 people, you get 100 answers. So I just want to know what you're talking about by blackness.
That's how vast being black is. Damn near the whole American culture is black. They try to act like it's not. That's how they try to whitewash it.
Well, I don't know about that. We don't go around kind of colonizing that's their shit.
They try to act as if Jimi Hendrix wasn't the one that's influenced the way how these motherfuckers dress and play the guitar. That's black. They try to act like Beyonce winning a goddamn country music out of that she don't deserve it because she black, when we know country music started from black folks. That's what I'm talking about. So these bell bottoms, his goddamn cowboy boots. It was at one point being a cowboy was a derogatory term. But now everybody want to be cowboys and ride horses.
Want to be a cowboy, baby.
Being a cowboy was a derogatory term. It was just as bad as saying the N-word.
Really? I'm
Yes.
about to look that shit up. I always thought it was like an American myth
No.
that
And they took it over. So this is
He
the
was
problem.
just
Every time it's considered white, it is okay. What is wrong with some of these black men that think that anytime a black person do anything that represents blackness is a problem?
Because they
during
hate
Black
themselves.
History Month,
That's the truth of it, right?
and y'all hate it.
You know, it's
I
nothing
mean,
with being proud of your melanated skin. There's nothing wrong with being proud of the heritage in which you come from, right? The lineage in which you come from, right? And on the biggest stage, you had a brother from LA saying, you know what, I'm going to represent my people. Me and my people going to be represented, and I don't care who else don't feel a part of the show, right? So all the reviews from the other side say, oh, this was the worst Super Bowl in the history. But yet, you're going to have some brothers come up here and they're going to, you know, parrot those talking points. And it's sad. You know, it's just sad that we do that, and it's weak.
well, if we stop grouping in all the crazy shit as being black, I think more people would be proud to claim blackness. And you have people doing saying stupid shit like robbing and stealing and having to be under oppression is what it means to be black. I think people would start denouncing blackness a lot more.
So here's the problem. When the white folks is claiming degenerate behavior, it's all good. They don't care that they drink beers and shoot shotguns and that they are the mob and they killed the whole goddamn family. All that shit is not.
So we want to be like them?
So what we want to be is hold on to our culture no matter what. And stop making other people tell us what it is. Because when
I thought we're supposed to be evolving, Sharon. Some of the shit that's in our culture needs to be let go.
What you are missing again, when they do it, it is not looked as negative. It's only when we do it.
Why who? We always call out that shit. Don't we call them like trailer trash and all that shit?
I don't understand why
we call that shit out.
I don't understand why.
Come on, man.
To you specifically, because we are talking about the general public, right? The general public do not look at those things as negative. They say, "Hey, this is us," and they love it. They don't care. They have whole TV shows, King of the Hill, talking them, right?
I'm just saying. So glorifying the most degenerate part of our culture and calling it black, it's the shit that we need to let go.
So again, I don't understand it, but for some reason, black got to be perfect, and every other culture gets a pass for it.
I thought we were supposed to be better than our enemies, dog.
Who told you that?
Here we go.
Okay, who told you that?
What, that we're supposed to be better than our enemies?
Right.
I forgot where I heard it from. It just sounded cool.
And so you got to be able to substantiate what you're saying. But anyway, so since you can't substantiate, we just leave it there. So the problem is that, like, for some reason, we only criticize us to the max. We cannot do anything. We can't, no matter, even when he's unapologetically black, is a problem with that. When he does everything as the white man see fit, we put on that big old suit and tie, get into the business. We have a problem with that. You ain't like, we can't win. No matter which direction you go.
What about wearing pocketbooks and crip walking and shit?
See, told you.
Was you proud of that?
Yes.
All right, cool.
Like, I don't understand what's the problem.
I don't know. It gets a little. It's kind of hard to defend some of the shit when we keep flip flopping on what we're supposed to be.
Everything everybody else do though, right? No problem. No questions. No nothing.
I mean, they question themselves and over there. Aren't we supposed to be policing ourselves? Who's gonna police us other than us?
The dumb bitch could have did anything but crip walk. There's 1,000 dances she could have did, but she had to do that.
And what's wrong for that? And what's wrong with her dance? What's wrong with the dance?
I'm not answering that.
Crip walking?
What's wrong with the dance?
What's wrong with the dance?
Strip walking is gang culture.
Again, I'm gonna ask a question. What's wrong with the dance?
is connected to gang culture. The board just said.
Okay, so now it being connected to gang culture, what that makes it different from any other people that has gay dances. All majority of dances is related to some kind of gang culture. Name me a dance that is not related to a gang.
Well, I don't know the Taliban
Spanky
dance. I
leg?
don't know the Mafia dance. I don't know none of that shit. All I
Right,
know
Whipping
is
Nene?
okay, so just because you don't know it, that what does that mean? Because you don't know it. That just means
so
you ain't.
tell me then.
So that means you ain't well versed. What you think? Goddamn
Now
squid
you
dance.
tell me.
I don't need to fucking tell you. You the one that needs to substantiate what the fuck you were saying. You were telling me something that is bullshit.
The cognitive dissonance is crazy, cuzzo, because
You
just
a liar,
because
nigga.
she was
You a
dancing,
fucking liar.
right?
You know exactly what I'm talking
Just-
about.
No, I
just
don't.
because-
You
just
don't know what you're
because-
talking about.
Just because she was
Fucking
dancing,
liar.
that does not mean she was justifying gang violence, right? If you know Serena Williams, you should know that her older sister was deleted due to gang violence, right? If you
So
watch
what the
the
fuck is
movie,
the Crip walking
if you
for?
watch
She
the
did that when
movie,
she won Wimbledon.
if you watch the movie, right, that depicted her and her sister's life, you would understand that she came from that area, right? To which they, talked a certain way, they walked a certain way, they danced a certain way, right? And everybody that Crip walks ain't a Crip. Everybody that Crip walks is not a gangster. Everybody who Crip walks is not a degenerate, my brother, right? That's just an expression of her neighborhood.
That's
right?
it.
Or a
And
dumb
I need
leader,
you.
like he just called her
Hey,
for
hey,
no
Brownsville,
reason.
look, West Coast put it perfectly for you dumb motherfuckers that just want to talk shit about black folks. Crip and Bloodwalk is Los Angeles culture, not gang culture. Jesus.
This is crazy.
He's
This
a
is
liar.
crazy.
That's
You know what this
niggas
conversation
do,
sounds like? This conversation sounds like when they was trying to defend fucking breaking a woman, comparing it to all that other shit. You guys are literally defending fucked up behavior and trying to remix it into something else.
So again,
It's
so
fucking crazy.
now, hold on.
What?
So now, hold on. But don't say what for no reason. So again, so now, how is dancing related to killing somebody? Go ahead.
Because the people who made the dance popular were known for killing people.
Okay,
Crips.
but what does that have to do with her dancing? She's not, again, for some reason.
This is not that difficult.
This is
If people started throwing up like the Crip stuff and then try to say, oh, well, we're not Crips, but we're doing a little Crip hand sign, this doesn't mean anything. That's crazy.
Okay, so she didn't throw up no hand signs. Throwing up gang signs is different from her doing a dance. Twerking comes from a place.
It is literally in the name Crip walk. It means Crips do this shit. Crips and Bloods are gang members who kill other black people in their community.
Right. So regardless of that, that dance doesn't have anything to actually do with killing somebody.
Can I say something real quick?
Just
So
because
look,
I can agree with that.
You're not. Because y'all
I can agree with that.
Because you are conflating things that don't have nothing to do with it. Just because they have a dance doesn't mean they dance has something to do with killing.
watch this. In real life, right?
Okay.
Somebody who don't know no better could watch her do those dance steps, go home, learn them. They don't know no better. Walk down the wrong block, dancing that shit, and get her fucking head blown off. That could easily happen. Shit like that
Right. So
happens all
the
the
thing
time.
is this. So the thing is this. You coming up with some extreme case that this random person sees Serena walk down. She's gonna walk down the opposition's neighborhood, walk in the middle of the ghetto, and just start dancing for no fucking reason.
So
Just
let
to
me
prove
let
your
me
point.
test this hypocrisy, right?
It could be at a club.
it's very
it could
foolish.
be anywhere.
This is the
This
dumbest
nigga
thing
conversation
I've ever
must
heard
die.
in my
Some
life.
This
nigga
conversation
culture
is
must
Oh,
die.
you know what? I
Right.
see Serena dancing. I'm gonna walk down a random neighborhood that I don't know and just start doing a dance.
So this conversation is egregious, right? And here's why. So Jack, right? When you out somewhere in public and they play the Star Spangled Banner, are you standing up and paying reverence like everybody else?
I actually never do the little Star Spangled Banner because I still don't Still
So
not
you've never, so
100%
you've
in
never.
agreement with
So
America's
let me ask you:
history.
have you ever?
I'm not going to make that extreme because we all had to do it in school. So
Okay, so therefore, right? Do you know who Francis Scott Key is or was?
I do not. I do not.
Right, he was a slave owner. Right, he was a racist. He was someone who believed in doing all types of atrocities to black people. Right, but yet every day somewhere in America, somebody's paying reverence to the Star Spangled Banner, which he wrote. Right, does that make them as bad as Francis Scott Key? Yes or no?
As bad? Probably not. We're more removed away from that than we are from the Crip gang violence
No, it
of
doesn't
the
matter.
90s.
No, but I'm testing your consistency and your logic, right? Because you're saying that just
Mm.
because Serena Williams decided to dance, right, do a dance that was made popular in the community in which she
A
grew up in,
specific
right?
dance.
That makes her a proponent of gang violence, right? And that's the problem. See, y'all are not willing to, look at things from a reasonable way when it comes to our people, right? But when it comes to the other pigment of people, y'all are willing to give them the passes every single day, right? And say, well, no, that ain't what they mean. That ain't what they say. Donald Trump can get up every day and say something egregious,
Does
something
Crip walking mean
irresponsible,
different today
something
than it did in the
dangerous,
90s?
right?
Oh
And
my
y'all ain't gonna
goodness.
get
So
up
what?
there
That's what
and
they did
say
in the video to
anything.
that same song. Well, what is your problem? And she was brought up by the ops. So you're mad because what? It's a freaking diss track.
Nothing. I'm not
Right,
mad. I
exactly.
just know people who
I
were
just
killed
don't
by gang
understand.
members, and I'm not really a fan of
Okay,
people who
so
promote the culture.
people? So do you know people that was killed by Crip walking?
That I do not know. But if they
Okay,
Crip walked on his grave, then that would be something
stop
different.
correlating dance moves to goddamn actually violence, because there's plenty of people that's in the Crip gang that ain't never shot a gun, and they do the dance moves.
Sure. No, it's cool. It's a symbol of something. I just don't know what it means now. If it's been appropriated into mainstream culture and it's no longer tied exclusively to people who go around and rob people, kill people, run women through trap houses and shit like that. If it's no longer tied to those group of people, then I support anybody who wants to continue to do the
Yo,
Crip walk.
you can get caught doing that dance in the wrong hood, and you can't explain whether you Crip or not. You lose your life on the spot. You go
But
to the wrong
nigga, that
club doing
doesn't.
that shit,
Thug
and
Killer,
the opposite round, and you out of here.
Thug Killer, you cannot use that as an excuse, because that doesn't happen. We never heard of a case somebody seen somebody dancing and that's why they got shot. That doesn't happen.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
It doesn't happen. So like this idea that
Ask any West Coast nigga alive.
right. So
Ask
the
any West Coast California nigga on the earth.
okay. So the fact that you
that means I just made it up.
Jesus Christ, the fact you did just make it up. The fact that you believe that
I'm sorry.
you think that gang members are just out there going ahead and beating up other non-gang members is insane. That is not how it happens outside. We
This
know
is the
people look at civilians and gang members differently. Let's not act like we don't understand that. I don't understand why we trying to come on. Like literally the motorcycle club culture started with the Hells Angels. You walk around with the wrong goddamn vest jacket on, they will literally rob you and say, what motorcycle group are you a part of? And they will literally rob you. Literally. Like, come on. I don't know why we act like we don't know these things. Why do y'all hold it so? Like, I don't know why y'all so afraid of being black. Because you scared of some white man to say, "Oh, look, you got that dance from a gang." So what?
It's not about being afraid of being black. It's blackness means different things to different people.
No, it does
Some
not.
people, yes, it does.
No, it doesn't. The problem
yes,
is
it does.
Some black people that want to shame and shun black culture. Oh, I'm not part of that part of the black society.
I agree with that. We shouldn't wholeheartedly throw away an entire group of people just because they're entrenched in a culture that may or may not be promoting violence and stuff. We should not just throw away the entirety of that people. I agree with that because there are still people in there that can still be saved and rescued and pulled out of the darkness. I get that.
Right. And then it's okay. Like, we understand there's a difference between white comedy and black comedy, right? We understand. Black comedians, we're a little bit more animated. We run across the street, and a white person, he would just sit there and he'll make, it's a difference. It's a difference in the way how we talk. It's a difference in the way how we give each other a handshake, the way when we see each other. Well, we don't even know each other. We recognize each other. We can still speak to each other.
Yeah, no, I'm saying we do have stuff as a culture that keeps us connected, but I'm just saying, like, there are differences in the cultures in the black culture. There are subcultures of black culture.
And also, I got somebody in the back. Hey, listen, for me to bring you up with your horrible mic, you need to send something. You need to send $1 or something. If not, leave. Motherfucker, you don't never support the damn show. If you're not supporting, don't fucking come. I don't fucking get y'all. Y'all think that I owe y'all something. I don't owe y'all shit. I don't owe you to come up here with your horrible ass fucking mic and you never support, act like you have some goddamn importance. Fix your fucking mic and support the goddamn show. You there, PH Diva? She might not be there. She in her meeting. Ariel CH with the 11 hours. Kendrick performed was not cause the first Seawalk shooting. Hell, they do the dance here in Chinese and windmill land. Come on. Like,
did you just butcher cheese as Chinese? My God, Sharon. It's fundamental. Fundamental. God damn, Sharon. 4th grade reading my eye.
So what, Jack? Ariel says, I don't get it. Or the wee guy forgot his name. Sorry. And Jack saying Kendrick should have been the best white self. Damn, I messed up.
No.
For Chinese, that is crazy.
Damn. Hey, I've heard some worse butcherings, so at least you still got some letters in there. Let me
see what this guy wants. What you want to say, Bad Mike Vic? Go ahead, Vic. What you want to say?
Nah, shit, really. I support by making your people pay.
Just like the taste of your mouth. I'd like to see you try it.
Peace out. I want to hear that bullshit. Hating ass again. See, as soon as he come up, he a hater. Miss Jane with the 20. Tell that gay rooster, don't bother. Keep him off. With his gay ass. And he's another one. He married, but really, he got his legs up in the air, not his wife. He the one that's on the bed. He the one that's on the bed, tooted and booted. He got his face down, assed up.
Yeah, it's the lovers of men ideology, cousin. And anybody who's willing to be a follower to the biggest degenerate in this space is definitely a lover of men. Definitely.
Wait, who's the biggest degenerate in this space?
There's a bunch of them. We know that.
The Rim Prince.
Woo.
I think he has the title. He's the biggest degenerate in this space.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't say he's the most dangerous person in this space, right? Because he's not a wolf in sheep's clothing, right? He tells you who he is, and he's unapologetically who he is, right? The people that are really dangerous are the ones who got masks on, are the ones who are pretending that they love women, but in reality, they are a lover of a man, right? Those are the types of men that's going to put everybody in danger.
I don't always think you guys understand what loving women looks like. That sometimes it sounds like it has to be one way, otherwise it's not love, and that's problematic.
Right. So the problem is they want us to believe that loving your woman in a negative way is love. So what? I slap you. It's for your own good. And so what if I try to break you and ride you till the wheels fall off? This for your own good. So what? I keep you in the dungeon so nobody else can see you. It's for your own good. So what if I break you mentally and I can never fix you back properly? It's for your own good. That is the issue with a lot of these goddamn men. These rim brothers, they just love men for no reason. They want to stay in a goddamn locker room all their goddamn life. Get your ass up out the locker room and put some damn clothes on. Flower with the $2 for support. Thank you so much, Flower. I appreciate you. And stop allowing these men to say BS and get away with it. All the damn time.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
Yeah, man. Oh, because you don't understand what I went through. That's what you went through because you chose the wrong goddamn woman. You chose a woman that you had the goddamn break in the first place, you idiot. It's you. It ain't us. What the hell wrong with you? You went and chose a woman that you found that was vulnerable because that's the type of woman you need because ain't nobody with good sense is going to deal with a man that says shit like that. We know that.
I'm thinking about it now. This is actually the third word that has been stricken from the record that we are no longer to say about when it comes to men having some influence over the wife's behavior. First one was train, then it was groom, now it's break. So this is emblematic of a symptom that we are really trying to get to the point where we're saying men should not do anything to correct women's behavior at all.
And this is the horrible correlation because we are speaking that men need to understand that they want women on their side, right? You want a woman. And for some reason, you're scared to speak to the thing that you want in a proper way. If you want a job, you don't go up to a job and say, hey, I don't care if I want this job or not. I don't care. Hey, I want this fucking job. What's the problem? What, I can't just say what? No, you cannot. If you want something, you got to speak to it properly. Whatever it is that you want. You want to be in class, you want a degree, you want to have to do certain things. So if you want to fuck a woman, you need to speak to her correctly.
But the things guys are asking for should be what women call the bare minimum. You should have been taught this at home. There should be stuff already installed.
I don't understand what you're talking about. What you mean?
Like the stuff that they ask for women. This is why this is a problem anyway. When you say, oh, you're not supposed to be training or grooming or teaching your wife for anything. It's like, yeah, but they don't come with any of that. So when you try to get them to do that, it's a bad thing. This is stuff that they should already know before they left the house.
I'm still not understanding what you are saying. So
cooking, cleaning, respecting their man, not yelling at him, not calling him a bitch ass nigga. These are behaviors and stuff that they should not be doing, but they do. And when you try to correct it, it's a problem.
So the problem is that majority of men, you look for women that do those type of things. Majority of the men that are complaining about it, they are looking for the very thing they are complaining for. And they also create the problem as well. So you cannot say you are going to all the places where majority of soap, whatever the case is, good women are at, and you go and talk to them and they talk to you respectfully. And then all of a sudden, 3 years later, after you get married, all of a sudden they switch. And then now they calling you a BAN. They should be calling you that and having an attitude the very first day you met her.
Yeah, I actually agree with that. I see that a lot. Yeah. Some niggas is just they acclimated to it. They're acclimated to the kind of mistreatment because
right. So like
they grew up in that environment.
Like for example, we have people like Ocho Cinco. His wife and his new girlfriend are the same woman. So he wound up having the same problem. Because he dated the same woman that he's complaining about. And then try to blame it on majority of women act like that. No, the majority of women that you choose act like that. This is a you problem. You keep going with these same type of women.
Can we say the thing on the reverse? If a woman gets with a man that is trying to break her, that's something she's looking for?
Yeah, that's if she was the one that was chasing you. If you was walking down the street, she said, hey, problematic Jack, you looking sexy today. Why don't you let me take you out for a dinner and put a smile on your face? If she's talking to you like that, then yes. If she's out there chasing you and she's choosing you and then she broke up with you and then she went and chased another man and she did the same thing, then yes, she is the degenerate. But majority of the time, these men, they going and chasing after women, pretending to be something that they are not. and then blame the person for being tricked.
And the bottom line, Jack, is this, right? Most men who are in successful relationships never had to train, groom, or break their wife in order to gain respect from their wife, right? I didn't have to train, groom, or break my wife in order for her to respect me. Sharon
Amen.
never had to train, groom, or break his wife to get her to respect him, right? Respect is something that's earned, right? And the way you carry yourself, the way you vet, the way you communicate, the way you lead, right? If you are doing all the things that you're supposed to do, 9 times out of 10, you're going to meet a woman who's equally yoked to you. And then guess what? You're not going to have to train her. You're not going to have to groom her. You're not going to have to break her. She's going to naturally just respect you and cooperate with you and be willing to build with you. So stop with this, false and fictitious narrative that the majority of women out here is unlearned and untrained and need to be broken, because we know that that's completely untrue.
So a woman saying she would never submit to a guy unless he's paying all her bills, that's not something that needs to not exist.
That is something that we don't have to address. That woman is going to get whatever she's going to get. If she can find a man that's willing to do what she needs, because that man hollered at her, and then once he hollered at her and she says, I do not want to be with a man that's not paying all of my bills, that is up to that fucking man.
No, I can agree with that.
So I don't know why we keep acting like all of a sudden women are the ones that's out there chasing men down. As soon as you walk out the street, you getting catcalled. Since when? So are we saying that majority of women are out there catcalling men and they just have no option but to put their penis inside these toxic ass women? What I was supposed to do? She said I look fine when I was walking down the street. She liked my Air Jordans. And then she told me to lay down, and so I let her sit on my face. I didn't know what to do when she sat there. So my
hey, there will be no face sitting slander. No face sitting slander. I would not stand for that.
And I just had to tell her to get up because I couldn't breathe because her booty was so big, it was clogging. I couldn't breathe. This is not what's happening. These men are chasing down these women. They are in the DM. They do 100 DMs a day until they finally get one person to respond. They have a whole
you're saying
of bullshit things that they say to the woman that finally responds to her. And then they go ahead and run the whole whatever game they think they have. And then when they get the woman that they lied to for this whole time, they're like, goddamn, this is how all the women are. No, that was 1 out of 100 people that you hit up that day. Let's be honest about it. But no men want to have an honest conversation about what they actually doing.
Right.
Yeah.
Also,
yeah, no, you're right.
Honest about it, cuzzo. We understand that these men who are always talking about submission and talking about, a woman needs to respect them, they're projecting their own insecurities, right? Because when you peel back the layers of the onion of these men, you realize that these were the men who were bullied in school. These were the men who weren't respected in their neighborhoods and communities. These were the men who were trampled over by strong men, right?
Damn.
So now they want to get with a woman who they can conquer, who they can dominate, who they can push on to all of those, trauma and abuse that they suffered growing up at the hands of stronger men. Right? We know it when we hear it. We know it when we see it. Right? And that's why, yes, they'll get with a woman and they want to put that same amount of abuse on a woman. Right? Like an Uncle Ricky. Right?
Damn.
We know Uncle Ricky was probably dominated in every walk of life he's ever been in besides a relationship with a woman. Right? And that's why he has the ideology of pimping.
I can't co-sign that.
That's why
I definitely. I can't co-sign that. I can't. That was too extreme. In every aspect of his life.
Everyone. Shout out to the Cash App. Break, train, Are they comparing women to wild animals? Jack, you want to answer that since you are the...
Was that my drop? Did I get a first drop?
No, you didn't get dropped, surprisingly.
No. Oh, well,
are they comparing women to animals?
That's the craziest part, is because are you comparing athletes to animals when they have to train? The word has multiple meanings, and it's not always used for fucking animals. Why is it always the extreme?
Before you switch it over into sports, because you know that's a different connotation when they are talking about a relationship and they saying break and train, are they comparing women to animals? Simple question. You can answer it.
I would say yes. I believe yes, because humans are animals.
Damn.
And if you've ever raised kids, you know, raising kids, it's something similar to, just a little bit. On the most basic level, it's something on akin to.
Right, and so you got to add that basic level thing, then it's not the same.
Well, people study other people, and as a person who is very interested in other people's minds, I can tell you that everybody's like that, and they will try to find ways to use the knowledge of other people's mind to their benefit. That's just how people work.
I can't believe you be trying to make sense of the senseless that these men say. Clout House ENT with the 2-ball. What do you think of spouse versus partner verbiage? I think that a majority of men, when we have these conversations, they understand that verbiage and they have a problem with that. They said, no, I'm not your partner. I'm your husband and I'm the head. But for some reason, that doesn't make sense when it comes to when we're saying you should not saying you should break her. So if you could understand that verbiage when it comes to partner and husband, then you should be able to understand that verbiage and how it's upsetting to women when you say break her. That's what I think about the Cloud House ENT. I find it weird that they act like they don't understand. Shout out to my girl with the Cash App. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you. Seriously, I really appreciate it.
Okay, Sharon or Brownsville, you guys will probably have a better idea of this. What are the actual consequences of breaking a woman? What does it do to her?
It causes psychological damage. It causes emotional damage. It causes a lack of self-esteem and self-worth within a woman, right? And now she has to gain confidence only when you're willing to give it to her. She has to gain self-esteem only when you're willing to give it to her. She has a sense of value only because you allow her to have it, right? So basically, you've beaten the woman down to the point to where she's totally dependent on you. That's the problem. That's the issue.
Is that a bad thing to have a woman completely dependent on you and not willing to leave you?
Yes, because you shouldn't want to, put her in a downtrodden state just so that she can stay with you, right? That means that you are weak. And you yourself are lacking self-confidence and self-esteem, right? To which your only way for you to have a successful relationship is for you to have a battered and abused woman. That's sick. And that makes you dangerous.
I don't think anyone ever mentioned battered. That would probably be physical, right?
Well, we know.
Can you be battered?
So we understand.
Can you be battered if he never puts his hands on you?
But Jack,
hold on, Jack.
Let's not hold on. Let's not act like we don't understand that when you're using those terms, right? That eventually physical abuse is going to come into play, right? It's going to be a part of the breaking.
It's possible. I don't know if it's a prerequisite.
All right, so that's fine. So even the fact that it's possible is a problem. The fact that it could be interpreted as that could be a part of the breaking, that is the problem. And we cannot.
Can you ever unintentionally break a woman?
We cannot allow young men to misinterpret that the possibility of physically correcting is a part of breaking. That's the issue, and that's why it is dangerous rhetoric to have it. We gotta kill it. It cannot be, we cannot act like we understand and try to justify it, because now you start to justify the way how they trying to justify it and trying to pick apart words where we know the meaning of it. And especially when you already agreed that
Saran, don't do that.
Right,
I ask questions because I'm not the only one up here. I'm not the only one listening. There are some people out there who don't understand what words mean. And so if I can have someone else break it down, because this is what you do when you teach people, right? You can't just tell them something. You have to give them examples. You have to show them what you're talking about so that they can understand you and don't get anything misconstrued, correct?
No, that's wrong. So when you are teaching somebody to do the correct thing, you don't teach them the wrong way.
I know.
All right. So
I grew up with the do as I say, not as I do kind of philosophy. So sometimes it helps for other people to actually explain what they're talking about so that other people can learn.
Right. And so what I'm saying is when you start questioning the way how you questioning it, it's not questioning in a I want you to explain it for other people. I know a lot of people think that's what they're doing, but in reality, what you're getting is that is your way of pushing back on the situation. And that's not,
I just like to get all the nuances down, Sharon.
I'm not going to tell somebody, hey, for you to learn how to be a good citizen, you should go ahead and punch somebody in the head and go to jail first. And then so you know how not to go to jail, because you know how bad it is to be in jail. I just like to tackle the nuances of conversation, because so that's the
surface level talks don't get anyone anywhere.
No, but when you pick out a word and you try to have a conversation about the word instead of the totality of the conversation, that's when it turns into.
Well, the reason why I attacked the word battered is because it literally sounded like he was correlating the philosophy of what Ricky said to him saying that you should beat your woman, and I just wanted to make sure that was clear.
So the problem is when you take out that one word, you are not now having a conversation about the overarching point, and now you are actually having a surface level conversation about battering instead of the whole overarching point, which is what the conversation is actually about. So when you start asking questions, you start pulling words out and say this exact word. That's when you're not having a deeper conversation. You're actually having a very surface level conversation. And that is
but
conversation with MJ with the $10. Battering is more than just physical assault. It's pain and injury from physical assaults plus continuous psychological degradation, sustained fear, diminished power and control, and loss of identity.
And we can't understand when we're talking. Hold on, Jack, because I want you to understand this, right? We can't separate battering someone from breaking someone, right? Because we understand that when you're breaking a horse, because that is the comparison they made, breaking the horse, right? That horse, in order to be broken, is going to be battered at some point, right? Because you have to discipline that horse a certain way to submit to your will and come out of its wild nature, right? That takes inflicting a certain level of physical pain onto that horse. Is that correct or not?
I don't know much about training horses, but it sounds like that would be some to the process.
Right. Okay. And the same with breaking a dog, because that's another comparison they made, right? When you're breaking a dog, let's say you're breaking a dog into house training or whatever type of training you're trying to break that dog into, right? Part of that discipline is going to be you inflicting some type of pain or some type of emotional or psychological abuse onto that dog so that they could submit to your will and not their nature, right? So we cannot separate the battering that's taking place within the breaking.
As long as we're getting go ahead, Charles.
Shout out to the Cash App. Mental, emotional, there's more ways of abuse. Shout out to you. Thank you so much. Yes, it is definitely.
I just want to make sure that we are intentionally focusing on what breaking is and why it's so bad. That's the whole purpose of me trying to get some clarity.
But you got to have it on a deeper level. You cannot just pull out words and try to combat that one word and try to. Again, we cannot make everything. when we're having an overarching point to try to make it a perfect point.
You guys literally said everyone was using trying to find other ways to justify it. So I said I was going to go the other route and find ways of showing why this is a problem.
Yeah, but
and I'm doing that.
So the thing that's okay. So the thing is what you're not understanding. When you do it that way, you are justifying people that are on the fence about it to keep the breaking thing in their mind. Because they find
nope, I want other people. I want people to know.
I'm trying to tell you what happens, and you're trying to tell me what you are trying to do. No. You're telling me your intent versus the outcome, right? No,
I get that part.
Right. So that's what I'm saying.
I just want people to recognize these things because there are people who do these behaviors and they don't think that they're doing these behaviors. This is why I like to have the nuanced conversations.
But but the problem is that you're making it about your intent instead of what is the problem with.
That's what you guys are here for. This is what you and Brownsville are here for. You guys are here to do that side. I'm here to do the other side.
That's fine. However, you also got to be careful of how you are doing it because now they feel like it's justified to try to maintain their remedial rhetoric because they could take out one word. See, I mean, batter. I did everything else except for that one word, so therefore it's okay. And that's the dangerous part. That's why we got to have a conversation, the deeper conversation over the overall arching point and not do what the Rim brothers do and pick out one word and say, this is the issue. Because that's what they do. They'll say this one word and that make the whole conversation.
Okay. I did not know that battering was part of the definition of breaking. If it is, then I think that should be more stressed if anyone ever wants to combat why you have an issue with it. And shout out to MJ for bringing that definition because I haven't looked up that word in quite some time.
Thank you so much. Conversation with MJ. Go ahead, cuz I'm sorry. I wanted to just make sure Jack understood why we was.
No,
I welcome pushback.
What I'm saying, and this is the thing that everybody keeps like glossing over, right? Prior to him engaging in the breaking her conversation, right? He was talking about pimp culture. He spoke about his wife and said that she was his whore and he was her trick, right? And then he said, yes, I broke her. You darn right, I broke her, right? And then that's when he talked about breaking her habits, right? But before he talked about her habits, he talked about breaking her, right? And we understand what's implied when someone gets broken, right? It's gonna cause some type of psychological phenomenon to take place to get you to submit to somebody else's will, right? The military uses it to get you to submit to their mission and to get you to have the willingness to sacrifice your own life for the mission, right? That's how they break men and women into soldiers, right? The other comparison they use is what coaches do in order to break athletes to be a part of the team, right? They're breaking those athletes to submit to the coaching, right? To not question the coach whatsoever and just do what the coach tells you to do, right? And what happens is now it takes your autonomy away because you know that you have to follow the coach's directives no matter how you feel, right? So when you correlate that to a relationship, what you're actually saying is, I want this woman to not have a voice at all. Don't talk back to me. Don't question any of my decision making, right? Don't ever have any type of adversarial opinion. Tantamount to doing what I say, and not questioning it, right? And to prioritize my will over your well-being. That's what's all encapsulated in breaking someone, right? And usually the benefactor of the breaking is the person who's doing the breaking, right? So when a horse is broken,
you're cutting in and out, Brownsville. I don't know if you you're not. There was nothing said if you were talking.
When a horse is broken, right? The primary benefactor is the person who owns the horse, right? When a dog is broken, the primary benefactor is the person who owns the dog, right? So when a wife is broken, the primary benefactor of her being broken is the husband. And that's what, is not being understood or being glossed over. You're not doing it for her benefit. You're doing it for your benefit because you don't
Okay.
respect or appreciate her, and you don't have any type of care for her mental, psychological, and emotional health, right? And we
Okay.
understand that there's certain things that are implied. So yes, you can come out and say, well, I'm not talking about physically breaking someone. Well, in the process of breaking someone, we can't completely rule out that in order for that person to break her, he had to at some point get physical with her, right? I'm willing to say 9 times out of 10, that's what's also taking place.
I mean, I do agree with the physical part, but it's not usually always like fisticuffs. Um, I know some men would use sex to break women. That, especially if they give them good sex, that happens a lot. Especially when you hear it from women, they they have usually signs of been broken through having sexual intercourse with a person. Or so I know physical is not just physical. So I do remember Uncle Rick saying something about it's not just it's not breaking someone is not only mental, it's other stuff. So I would just like to point out, yeah, I think it's very well possible for a woman to be broken through sex as well. So the physical aspect, I agree on that. But I was going to say that your whole entire summary of what you described as breaking, it sounds like what it's almost on parallel with the description of submission when I hear it in these spaces. It's Did you get that? Did you pick that up?
Ariel CH. Speaking of people who do things that they think they aren't, Jack is willfully being a contrarian. Flower with the $2, right, Brownsville? It sounds just like imp culture. I'm a PIMP. I don't know what
Well, I mean, you can't
and I
willfully do something you
let me
don't know
say,
you're doing.
like, even though they say they have problems, right? I guarantee it's going to be somebody today, even though we was on for an hour, telling them to come on. It won't be no bounties for their ass. They didn't come up, but I guarantee they're going to do a show about it. I bet somebody's going to have me on the goddamn thumbnail about it.
Yep. And I am
So these men
very much a
are weak.
counterculture
Now we know
contrarian.
right. And so now we know who is the actual weak men. Like, stop crying all the time. You could go ahead and cry on your stream all you want to, but at least have the conversation first. And stop being a bullshit artist.
So
don't tell me
when
that
you
I'm
break a woman.
don't tell me that I'm the one that's afraid to have the conversation when I go to plenty of places that have the conversations. Joseph Moore said, "You already on the thumbnail. That's crazy." Jack, this is literally crazy.
What? I'm on a thumbnail?
Now, huh?
What? I'm on a thumbnail? What?
I don't know how you gonna be on the thumbnail, Jack. How would you?
No, I thought that was what we were saying. I thought you were saying I was on. I'm like, I'm on a thumbnail? What?
God damn it, Jack.
So is breaking a woman getting her to submit to the man or submit to the family? Because that's what Brownsville was going. He threw a lot in there.
It's everything bad. It is nothing good about it. It doesn't matter what it is. It's horrible. I don't give a fuck what the idea of it is. It's a piece of shit of a man that's even thinking about it. That's what that shit is. No matter, it's only to benefit other people. When you break something, it's usually to benefit other people and not yourself. So if somebody is trying to break me, it's because they are trying to get me to do something for them and not the other way around. It ain't to do something for myself. Usually, we need 50. We need 48 more likes.
Okay, I think we beat that dead horse. Dead? No, nothing. Damn.
Yeah. So it is what it is, right? So we just know what it really is. It ain't got nothing to do with anything else. They full of shit. Hold on. Welcome to the show, Venus. Good day, beautiful. How you doing today?
Hey, how you doing? Can you hear me okay?
Yes, we get you fine.
I don't know. I literally came to break up the conversation because I'm just tired of hearing Jack talk. Like, I can't. Like, he's literally just saying shit just to say it. Then 2 seconds later, yeah, no, I do agree that is wrong. But then 2 seconds later, trying to defend it. But then 2 seconds later, yeah, but I do agree that. Like, just shut up. God damn.
Well, first off, you can't really speak for me, so
You ain't got no fucking. You don't have any point. Like, you just want to hear yourself. We don't want to hear it.
thank you for your opinion, Venus. It's been very enlightening.
Damn. Say when you have something to say. Like, you just talking just to talk.
Why do you think I don't come up here that often? Because I usually don't have shit to say. I'm just trying to make myself valuable.
You need a channel. People like you need a channel. That's what you need. Because you just want to say
No.
shit. So you should have a channel for that. Like, what the fuck?
No, I'm good. I'm good on that. That's too much. I don't want to do that.
But I'm just trying to make myself valuable. Add to the conversation in a real way.
I'm trying. I'm trying to find an angle that no one else is. I'm not here to just agree and say everything that Sharon said on repeat.
You see the problem with people who try to find an angle that no one else is? They start sounding stupid like you are. Why do you have to find an angle? Some shit is
because I want the conversation to not be circular. If everyone's over here circle jerking each other and just repeating each other, it gets very tedious. So yes, I do try to find angles that no one's touching on so that the conversation can progress somewhere.
This is why you need a channel. I want the conversation to such and such. So you need to have a channel where you can do whatever the fuck you want with the conversation.
Actually, yeah, that actually is a fair point. So
everybody,
I try to do less talking.
This is the stupidity of you niggas. If something is wrong, instead of it just being wrong, because that's what the fuck it is. No, I don't want to echo chamber. I don't want to circle jerk. Even if the shit is just fucking wrong. It's just wrong. What do we need to find an angle and I need to be a contrarian about shit that it's not necessary?
Okay. I just want to make sure Sharon lives up to his, not everyone over here agrees with him 100%. I just want to make sure that that's accurate.
To control somebody's shit. It's not. Did Sharon make it your job to make sure he does anything? Who the fuck appointed you in charge of that?
I take it upon myself to do what I want.
Yeah,
Miss Venus.
He can make sure. It's, like, what are you talking about?
Look, I just want to be not useless up here.
You are being useless because we listening to you talking fucking circles about nothing.
All right, if no one finds any value in me being here, then I don't see the reason for me to be here. I try not to do that. I try to at least show support and be here and do something for someone. All right. I don't know what the role is, but I just try to be helpful.
Being a contrarian, when you already started the conversation, acknowledge that even you know it's wrong. So what the fuck in your brain, if you can acknowledge that something is wrong, then why 2 seconds later, I want to be a contrarian? That makes no sense.
Well, Venus, I've been on these panels enough to know that when the conversation gets to we're all in agreement, you literally see the shit start going into stupid ass conversations. You start talking about sports, military, or some other bullshit. So I just want to make sure that the people stay engaged in the conversation. All right.
So, but the thing is though, like when somebody says circle jerk, Jack, that usually means that they are building on a false pretense, not an actual real. Like we all say, it's good to make $1 million, and then somebody said, well, it's not so good because some people they gotta shoot somebody to make $1 million. That's when it's just contrarian for no reason. And that's not being a circle jerk just because we say yes, we should make money. To add in the fact that some people got to make that money by being criminals. They don't have nothing to do with anything.
You know what? I do have a question for Jack for real though.
Okay.
Go for it. I'm up for anything.
I was listening to the conversation earlier, right? Not to go backwards, but What's the problem with the Kendrick Lamar thing?
Mm.
That stood out to me. Like why was that a problem for you and I forget his name.
Okay, that was me willfully just being contrarian because I literally felt bad for not even knowing what the fuck y'all was talking about. I
Lord
barely
have
just
mercy.
skimmed the timeline and saw something about Kendrick Lamar being in the Super Bowl. And he was on the Super Bowl last night when I was at the bar. So I personally don't have anything against Kendrick Lamar. I just don't know where he stands on it because I don't listen to him. I don't follow him. I don't know what he promotes really. So I just wanted to use him to make a point on Black culture sometimes having some negative aspects in it that we claim it is Blackness and that people should continue doing these things because it promotes Blackness. And that was the only point I could make because I didn't really know what the other you guys were talking
And
about.
let me bring up one more person. Welcome to the show, 7. And also, Vic, you still down there, but you still didn't show any contribution to the show, so you need to do something about that, Vic. I believe one of your favorite guys. What did he be saying? It's okay. But hey, do something, contribute to the show. It's okay. We understand that you want to take my show down. We want to take the channel. You want to try to say and do things that's going against, but you want to have to contribute to the show other than being stupid. What's up, 7? What is your thoughts? And I can't call you. That's my daughter's name. So, but what's up, fighter?
Oh, okay. Kentucky is the cloud chasing Coca-Cola Dominican representative. My whole thing is, Venus just brought it up right now. Art is subjective, right? So just because you understood or overstood the message that Kendrick Lamar was trying to, relay to people, it doesn't mean that you have to like the performance, right? Because I think it was elementary what he was delivering. It was just guess me, I'm the pro black guy, this and that with my mixed ass wife. So it's just I don't know. How many times did we hear that song? They Not Like Us.
Once.
No, wait. No, I'm talking about in totality. Ever since it came out, we heard it a lot.
Because people relate to it.
Now the lyrics, I can't lie. The lyrics were hot. Like okay, like it was a good song because that was the first time I actually sat down and listened to it.
So
yeah,
I think the problem is only when black folks be authentically black is when people have a problem with it. If Bad Bunny that came up there and he would express everything about being whatever his culture is, everybody be like, oh man, that was we didn't even know it'd be all love. If he represent everything that's a part of his culture from the good, bad, and indifferent. Right. But when we do it, it's always got to be picked apart. He was being too artsy.
Well, I was trying to see like what was fighter like. I didn't really get his point. Like what
his point is that he just want to hate on a black man because he is like sometimes he's considered black until he start talking. Then they like, oh, you a terrorist.
No. I'm saying is like, what would be wrong if you didn't like the performance? Is that wrong? If you didn't,
that's why I was just trying to add. That's why I said, well, what was your problem with it? I didn't really get an answer, but I just asked.
In the beginning of my statement, I said art is subjective, right? So you don't have to like. You could like Prince, but don't mean you have to like every Prince song, right? So maybe you like Kendrick, you just didn't like his performance.
Right. Like so then I'm gonna say like, okay, what didn't you like? That's my question. Like, what was the problem? What did you?
What you didn't like in the performance is what she's trying to get you to answer.
No, maybe someone heard the song.
We talking about you. What do you didn't like in the song?
Or the performance.
Or the performance, I should say. Or did you like the performance? I don't know. Maybe we jump into it. Maybe you just
right. No. See, so I'm coming at it from an angle of what's wrong with someone disliking it. That doesn't make them a coon or fake or they just bound down to the white man, right? No, they generally didn't like the song. We
don't know yet. So
therefore you don't.
Though.
All right. So therefore, again, this is what you was just talking about. So you're somebody that don't necessarily dislike the performance, but you want to argue on the fact of what people might say they dislike about the performance.
Because it's art. Because it's art. Art is subjective.
Right. So that's. But I just want to understand your positions that you just argue the fact of what people might be feeling when they dislike the
Yeah,
performance.
and that could be including myself. I just don't want to express that at the moment, but that could be including myself.
But that's the conversation. So if you don't want to express it and you want to speak in hypothetical, what's the point? Maybe people kind of like we're asking directly, like, okay, well, what's the problem?
Serena Williams crip walking was crazy.
Okay,
Okay. And now
why?
what was the problem with that?
It bring it reminds me of a street element, something that we shouldn't participate in.
Why we shouldn't participate in it?
I mean, it's detrimental to any society when there's gang violence.
She did not do any gang violence on stage.
No, but it represented that.
It doesn't represent gang violence. It
It it,
represents
it, it doesn't represent ice cream and
So
going to
can
school.
I
it
explain?
represents a
There are certain things about all cultures, our culture, everybody
Have
culture.
you lived in
That
LA,
let us
Venus?
finish the
wait, hold
thought.
on.
None of
There are
y'all lived in
certain.
Let us
LA
finish the
before.
thought.
Can you? So what? I don't. You want to answer, or you just want to keep interjecting and saying different
You,
things?
you you talking Spanish right now? What's going on? What?
This is the problem. This is the problem. Like when we trying to, even though you want to have a hypothetical question, right? We are trying to entertain the hypothetical. But when she was crip walking, that's just dancing. That don't have nothing to do with shooting nobody. When
Oh,
people
really?
go out
That's
on
a lie.
when people go out on missions, they don't start dancing first and then shoot somebody.
That's a lie.
What's a lie?
So what does the dance mean?
It means that they are representing their culture.
A dangerous one, right?
The culture of cripping or blooding is
That's not dangerous.
way deeper than just shooting somebody. And the problem is the majority of people don't understand that being a gang member, whatever you want to call it, is deeper than just fighting.
Have you lived in LA before? No.
Have you?
Why you don't want to have that? See, this is the problem with the contrarian thing. Y'all don't want to actually
Yeah,
have a
like they don't.
conversation.
We can't get a baseline conversation out of them. They just randomly want to spit it out. It don't like it's not going nowhere. I don't understand.
Like, if you want to have a conversation, then have a conversation. Don't keep throwing out things until finally you get something that I don't have the answer to.
Okay, you haven't lived there. Okay,
you're gonna say, "See, this is what I'm talking about." But I answered 10 other questions. And
Ron, have you been to LA?
No,
right,
no. Can you acknowledge what we're saying first?
Damn, you haven't even been to LA?
No,
Wow.
you don't
Okay.
get to keep asking questions, but you not acknowledging nothing yourself. You want to
Venus,
speak
you
in
been to LA,
hypothetical.
Venus?
You're not giving no direct answer. You want to speak in hypothetical, but then you want to demand direct answers. No, it don't go like that.
So you haven't even been to LA. Okay, wow.
Okay, so are you in the gang, fighter?
We're not gonna discuss that right now. That
Right.
doesn't matter.
See, Shrine, I'm gonna check you later. I don't got time for the dumb shit. These
Yeah,
niggas come
Get
up here
out,
talking
get out
about
of here.
nothing.
Get out of here. Get out of here.
Nothing. Just to talk. It goes
Bye. Bye.
You literally just ran off the only woman on the panel.
Bye. Nigga, she was
She was
just
making some good points. She was actually trying to have the conversation.
she was belittling you. Now you defending her?
She's not the only woman on the panel. And so
Oh shit! I forgot you were there, Happy. God damn.
Said to you, Jack, because I was saying the same shit.
PhD was still here too.
But then I just got
PhD for a woman.
And so hold on. So here's the problem when y'all just start saying.
No, she is still.
Yeah, she's here. So the problem when y'all just start saying things, you have people. This is why I was telling Jack. This is what happens when we just start saying stuff. Now they're gonna say we are defending gang culture. This is insane.
And that was a woman. Look, she agrees.
And so right now we're not having a conversation about defending gang culture. That's not what the conversation is about.
So the sound like.
And so when we just say stupid shit when we don't believe it, like Fighter, right? Where Fighter just saying something, and he's not actually standing on anything that he's saying. This is the problem. It doesn't help anything. It actually creates more.
We're trying to point out the you guys constantly say when you stand too close to certain people, you look like you're advocating for them.
Perfect. Stop there. That don't have nothing to do with what we are talking about.
Crip walking is standing too close to it.
Right. So she was not standing next to a gang member with a gun out talking about, I'm about to shoot somebody. And they said, hey, do this dance for me before I shoot him. That's not what we seen. And we cannot correlate every fucking thing to, hey, this is a part of negativity. Because guess what? Crips originally was designed to police our own neighborhoods, right? So
I was going to bring that up, but
so nobody want to talk about that part of the gang part, right? They only want to talk about the part that is perpetuated in these white spaces on news networks.
We can't do that, Sharon.
Yes,
whatever it started out with, it's we can't do that.
Sharon, that was 5% of its existence. 5%, not even, maybe less.
So the problem is that y'all only want to have a conversation to how the white people look at it instead of telling the whole truth of it.
No, this is how black people look at it. Black people die behind it.
Nobody want to say that a so-called Crip, Nipsey Hussle, he bought a whole goddamn block and turned it into where kids could go ahead and learn something.
Yeah, after the street element, after all that street shit he did more bad than good.
So again, the street shit don't have nothing to do with what we are talking about.
Oh, okay.
The dancing part, like you keep trying to conflate everything. And that is the issue. It's just like when they start talking about America blows shit up all the time. That's not the totality of America, right?
Sharon, you're not from there, so you don't care.
I'm talking to
it didn't affect your family. It didn't.
Talk to me about what I'm talking about. Don't just throw in something else that had nothing to do with what we talking about at the time. We could walk it down to whatever you're trying to turn it into, but talk about what we are talking about at the moment.
At the very least, it's cultural appropriation. At the very least.
And so, like, that's the problem that we have, is that we keep trying to conflate too many different things into a conversation.
This nigga's silly as hell, man.
But Fighter, why can't it just be a dance that represents her neighborhood? Why does it have to be a dance that represents gang violence?
Because the dance, it means something. It's symbolism, ethos, logos. That's all important. Mythos, that's all important. It represents something. That's like having an the Hitler tattoo, right? Like having the Hitler tattoo, the Adolf Hitler tattoo.
No, doing the Hitler salute. You should have said that one.
Right. Or,
even
right. It's like having the swastika.
If that person was to say, well, this doesn't mean it now. Now today's day, this is just part of the culture. We do the Hitler salute all the time. It's just for fun.
Name us a culture that does the Hitler salute that does not represent his teachings.
No, I know the swastika.
I could do the same thing to you, Sharon. Name a person who does the Crip walk who doesn't support the culture.
I could give you one. Serena Williams. She does not represent gang violence. Literally. She was doing a dance. Now, go ahead and now show me your version of somebody that's doing it that does not perpetuate the goddamn insanity of that. It got a superiority in race. Name them.
No, I was trying to tell you.
Okay, the ideology probably you can't really compare the ideologies, but
okay. So therefore, so when we just. Okay, so when we just mind things out, it is okay to say, all right, you got me. I'm just windmilling. And it's okay.
All right, you got me. Just like Venus got me earlier. This is why I wasn't being disrespectful, because as much as I disagree with her on some things, she doesn't say stupid shit. So
right. And it's just okay that like it doesn't represent, just because she's doing a dance, it doesn't represent the negativity of black folks. That is not what it do. Because a woman is twerking, it does not represent negativity of black people. It doesn't. Really.
Okay. Are you saying they're trying to take the Crip walk and do what they did with the N-word, take it back? They're trying to take it back?
I said stop trying to turn it into something that is not, because there's no need. It is not.
I have never seen someone do that who's not affiliated with gangs.
That is fine that you didn't see it, but we literally tell you that she is not a part of a gang. And so therefore you literally seen, if you watched it, you literally seen somebody do it that's not part of a gang. If you ever seen Bow Wow do it, you literally seen somebody that's not part of a gang. We know it's plenty of people that do the dance outside in the street that is not a part of the gang, and it is okay for you to not lie.
Now, what happened if they did that in the wrong neighborhood?
Who cares? They didn't do it in the wrong neighborhood.
It's not even that. It's Speaking of someone who recently just went through it, the optics of it looks really bad.
Yeah, but that's somebody that was a part of the negative part of being in the gang. We cannot compare somebody that is actually a part of gang culture that's fighting, shooting, and stabbing people and say that, oh, that Crip walk represent fighting, stabbing, and shooting. That's not that.
Saran, if you saw a group of people who happen to be black doing the Crip walk, would you not assume that they were possibly affiliated with gangs?
I would not assume that they are murderers.
But we can't I think the conversation is disingenuous, right? Because we understand that the culture itself has transcended gang activity, right? So when people look at Snoop Dogg now, right, they're not looking at Snoop Dogg as some gangbanger, right? They're looking at him as an entrepreneur, as a rapper, as a producer, as someone who is very accomplished in the entertainment world, right? Which is why he's on every commercial. He's
Some people.
pretty much,
He's a brand. I'll give you that.
Right, he's a brand.
But some people still know where he comes from. Some people remember his music. Some people don't fuck with him for that reason.
But that's not true, right? Because
that is true.
It's not.
Some people don't fuck with people who used to be gang members.
So when we're having these conversations, right? We're not talking about the minority of people who don't like them, right? We're not talking about the outliers. We're talking about the majority of people. And what we're saying is the culture of LA has transcended worldwide beyond gang activity, right?
LA is never.
Which is why, you can go to Vegas and you can see a song come on and people are Crip walking. They're not gang bangers. They're not trying to hurt or kill anyone.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
Brownsville, you never been to Vegas?
You can't make that assertion because Vegas is right next to California.
Yeah, Brownsville, you ever been to Vegas?
Are from Compton.
Okay, hold on. Are y'all just arguing to be arguing? Do y'all actually have a point?
I'm not arguing just to argue. I'm just pointing out the flaws in this argument.
The reason why it sounds like you're arguing because you're trying to make it 100%.
All right, so I can tell you why.
We understand there's somebody in the world that disagrees with Snoop Dogg.
No,
but
Vegas.
That's not the conversation that we are
because
having.
Brownsville made a
anything in this world being 100% one thing.
God.
So we gotta stop attempting to have a conversation that just because it has a 10% chance of doing the opposite that we can't have the conversation.
Sharon, because Brownsville brought up Vegas and Vegas has a huge gang culture. Okay. Vegas has a huge gang culture.
What the fuck that has to do with dancing?
Because if you do that in Vegas,
okay.
Remember Tupac? Okay,
again, you are throwing out things. Tupac, again, he was actually part of the gang culture.
Oh my God, man.
And Fighter, I was just in Vegas last month, and when you go past certain restaurants and they're playing music, yes, people were outside of the crack shack Crip walking, and nobody thought anything about being affiliated with some type of gang, right? Because the culture has transcended. Like, if you see somebody Crip walking, you're not automatically thinking about a gang. You're just thinking about LA. You're thinking about the West Coast. You're thinking about, you know what I'm saying, like that culture.
So Kendrick is from LA and not Compton.
Compton is in LA. Ariel CH with the $6. Sharon, look up how many SeaWorld tutorials there are on YouTube for these contrarians. If they keep talking after that, then I don't know. LOL. Exactly. So Compton is in LA. So I don't know why you keep thinking that those are different places. Compton is not. I don't know.
I mean, shit. Y'all do it all the time in fucking LA. I mean, I'm fucking New York. Try to call somebody from fucking Harlem, from Brooklyn, or whatever the hell you guys with the boroughs, and they will fucking come at you and say, "Look, we are not the same." And we're like, "Y'all all in New York, so it don't really matter."
But what I'm saying that has nothing to do with the conversation. The conversation of somebody doing a dance that is a part of our culture. People have been doing these dances for a very long time. And then y'all trying to make it seem like that black folks doing something.
Certain people have been doing that dance.
I don't want to hear about the 10%. Well, let's talk about.
What do you mean? A majority of people who do the Crip walk are people who are affiliated in gangs. It's only like 10% of the people who don't.
That is not.
I'm fucking with it.
Again, hold on. So again, you cannot substantiate that as number one. And then they just did a super chat that showed you that majority of people that's on YouTube right now that's teach you how to crip walk is most likely not in a gang. Majority of people that you see in a club crip walking when a Snoop Dogg song come on, especially in the height of his career, those people were not in a gang. The whole New York, no matter what.
Now you cannot substantiate that.
Again, I do not understand. If you cannot make a argument, if you just want to throw things out, then yes, y'all are right. Whatever. I don't get it at this point. If you saying that it's not 100%, fine, okay, but it doesn't represent shooting somebody. It doesn't.
Connotations.
Say Allah,
just has connotations.
Just because somebody say Allah Allahu Akbar doesn't mean that they're going to blow themselves up. Correct?
This is true.
All right, then.
Yeah, but if you heard a person changing all their B's to C's, you would think they were affiliated too. You won't just say, "Oh, it's just words."
What I'm saying is that we don't have to make it 100%. Again, we understand that it got the nuance. But there's no need. There's no need. What's the purpose of it? We know it's going to be some bad person crip walking, and we know it's going to be a bunch of people that just doing it. We know everybody that has tattoos is not a bad person, but we know a lot of people got tattoos. It's okay.
All right. Do you got sons? You don't have sons, Fran, do you?
Yes.
You do have a son?
Yes.
Damn, I did not know that. I don't know why I thought you had all girls. However, if your son came home one day and just started doing the crip walk, will you encourage him to do that, or are you gonna say cut that shit out? Don't do that shit.
Dancing doesn't bother me.
We're not talking about dancing. We're talking about crip walking.
We are talking about gang violence, and you are comparing dancing to gang violence. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. If he came in my house dancing, I'm not going to look at him and say, you must be a part of a gang, son.
I forget the word I'm trying to use where you're trying to make something
honest. I'm trying to
less serious. It is.
Yes, exactly. It is not as serious as it. Just because I'm dancing to a goddamn Caribbean song doesn't mean
you're misconstruing it. I think that's the word.
You're trying to attach a dance.
You're trying to say it's just dancing. It's just dancing. It's just dancing.
Okay, so we're gonna kill this fucking argument. Do you think Serena Williams shot anybody because she was in a gang?
No.
Okay. Conversation done.
Well, can I get the context?
Crazy part about it is her older sister was actually shot and killed by a Crip, right? So we understand.
I don't know if that's irony or fuck that. I don't
understand. No, but what I'm saying is that's how much the dance itself has transcended from gang culture, right? It no longer represents gang culture. It represents her neighborhood. It represents LA pretty much.
Damn, she basically dancing on the sister grave. That's crazy.
Right. So only somebody like you would say something just to be salacious for whatever reason.
Okay. Since dancing isn't a problem, why did they give that senator a fucking problem when she started twerking on the beach?
Because they stupid. It was just dancing.
Yeah, fuck it.
Like
I guess it's just dancing.
That's what we trying to say.
I guess you can do a dancing anywhere. No matter the dance, you can just dance. As long as it's just dancing, it's fine. You can go and twerk in restaurants. You can go twerk upside down in the beach. None of this stuff has anything to do with your character or morality. None of it.
Again, you're doing it again. You're doing it again for no reason.
Okay, what am I doing? If it's a problem, I'll stop.
Just dance anyway. You at a school teacher meeting and you should just be able to twerk. There ain't nobody said that.
I'm trying to point out that certain dances have certain connotations.
That's what we are saying. Stop pointing out these things that don't make sense. Because
I'm pointing them out because it doesn't make sense what we're talking about. We're saying that
right because you are making it seem like something's supposed to be 100% correct.
Okay, I support the new Crip walk culture. If you want to Crip walk, it's fine.
Where she did the dancing at, did it make sense for her to do the dance?
Who were we talking about? Serena?
Right. Did it make sense? Was she doing? What did she do? Was she at a place of performing?
Yeah, she was performing it right.
It actually made sense within the context if you actually
All
think about it,
right.
because
So this is why it don't make sense to say the things that you're saying. She was performing literally on a stage, and then you trying to compare that to a restaurant. So therefore,
okay,
again, y'all
I'm
gotta
just
stop
saying.
being obtuse just for argument's sake. Nothing in this world
Look,
is 100%. Nothing in this world do not have a nuance to it. Is a
Saran,
place.
just because it's a
It's a
part of the
place.
culture doesn't mean
It's a
it doesn't
place.
mean it's good.
It does mean it, and it's okay to just concede to it and say you right.
We say nigga all the time, but certain people
Okay.
can't say it because it has certain
Okay.
connotations if they say it.
What is the purpose
So
of
that
saying
means
that?
it's not just a word, and therefore this is not just a dance.
Okay, fine. Then it doesn't make no sense to ever have a conversation about anything.
Come on, man. We
Everything
can
has,
respectfully disagree.
everything
I'm not
has
trying to push any buttons.
everything has a nuance to it. Everything. Every single thing. Like to have the argument that it doesn't happen 100% of the time is the dumbest argument. Because we know nothing is 100%. So why we keep on acting like something's supposed to be 100%?
Certain things are 100%
Like what?
death.
You should never hit your wife. That's 100%.
That's another one.
Okay.
No nuances there.
Okay.
So since y'all got so much to say about Serena, I'm curious, Fighter, because I haven't gotten your opinion on this. So what do you think about Uncle Ricky and then these other men talking for 3 hours about justifying the term breaking her or breaking your woman?
Breaking your woman, like in what regards? Like how?
Exactly what the words say. Don't act like you fucking dumb now.
Oh, that's a little aggressive, bro. All right. Breaking your woman like in bed, like how? Like,
No, he said.
This is
So he
what
said.
we're saying. Like I don't understand why it's hard to have a conversation.
Breaking it out. I mean, why would I want to break my woman? I don't want to break her.
All right, so
He
then
said
just
you gotta
answer it.
break her like a horse. That's what he's telling the men to do.
Break her like a horse.
You gotta break her like a horse.
Damn, that sounds a little barbaric. Nah, I don't want to break it like a horse. Nah.
So what you scared fighter? I understand Ricky is a boxer too, so maybe that's why you scared to just
Ricky, who's Ricky? What Ricky? Who that?
Well, regardless, a man said that. So what is your thoughts on a man saying that in the public and trying to tell that to other young men? What is your thoughts?
Nah, that sounds like pimp culture. It sounds like pimp culture. Like that's something you do if you're a pimp, right? Am I wrong?
I don't know. You tell us. What's your thoughts?
That's what it sounds like. It sounds like pimp culture to me. Like if you're trying to break a woman down, that's what it's. To me, that's what it sounds like. That's what it sounds like to me.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what.
Again, so that's what happens when we just have a guy like very short-sighted, quick, fast.
Sure. I mean, is that wrong? Is it wrong that I'm concise? Is it wrong that I'm concise?
No, it's perfect. It's perfect.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I'm not. I'm indifferent to the conversation, man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Sharon.
I can't wait till I meet Fighter at the gym so he can teach.
Oh, you gonna put your hands on me? You gonna put your hands on me? This dude crazy. You gonna fight me? You gonna fight the black on black violence, man.
God damn. This is all I can focus with Fighter.
Yeah. Y'all violent today, man. You guys are really violent today.
Man, crazy.
So, Sharon, did you like the performance? Did you like Kendrick Lamar's performance?
Yeah, I absolutely thought it was. I thought it was a beautiful performance. I enjoyed that. He brought rap to the stage. He performed as how he sees Kendrick Lamar performing. He performed as an artist, not as a somebody trying to sell something for the Super Bowl. He sold who he was, and he was authentically him. If you ever seen a Kendrick Lamar performance, it goes the way how he did it that night. So I think it was beautiful that he was able to keep it hip hop and not try to whitewash the hip hop. So I'm
surprised they let that rock because he was talking crazy. He said, "Or the subliminals or A minor and You like them young. I'm like, oh, like they're allowing this, like
Yeah, and the fact that he had Samuel Jackson say that, hey, what you're doing is too ghetto, it's too loud, like all those similar, all those symbolic things that people like Jack is afraid to approach. He want to do it only in private.
What? Hold on. I never said I did the Crip walk in private. All right. I only do that at house parties and cookouts. All right. We don't do it in front of the nice white folks. All right. We dancing raccoons over here. I'm just playing.
So that's the only problem I have is that the people that didn't like Kendrick Lamar's performance, they are pretty much the black apologizers, and they want to be apologetic for being whatever they consider ghetto. You know what I'm saying? That's the part I don't like. It's okay if Fighter is a goddamn criminal. He ain't a criminal today.
Oh shit, damn, that's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? That's still my guy. I talk shit to him and everything, but one of these days when he come back in town, he'll teach me how to throw a left hook properly.
But Bracy, you a criminal too, right?
Absolutely not.
Or ex-criminal. My bad. Ex-criminal.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
So okay, so I'm not alone.
So this is why you fighting so hard to get Kendrick. Okay, I see you. I see you.
He used to be Crip walking in Brooklyn. This makes sense.
All right, I get it. All right, reform people, supporting reform people. I got you.
Body complex. Soon as I see you.
Oh, that's see. Now you was done with the what's that shit called?
Renee? I'm like, what you say, Fighter?
What's that called? The Jamaican posse? You down with the Jamaican posse? Them Moors?
Now all they do is there. Boop, boop, boop.
Boop, boop.
And I just thought Brownsville's earlier. If you see somebody doing Crip walk in the club, I thought that was hilarious. I'm like, who's in the club, bro? It probably ain't nobody up to them. That was crazy. I'm like, yo, if I see somebody Crip walking in the club, I'm leaving. All right, this is probably not a good fucking club to be in, bro.
But
it's probably gonna get shot up at some point.
But the reason why that's a lie is because anytime, especially when the height of the song, when anybody heard that la da 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 da, the whole goddamn club was goddamn Crip walking. It didn't matter what they was, black, white, Spanish. They didn't give a damn. They like.
I mean, the urge is there, but I do have to remember I'm supposed to be a representative of my family and shit. So I can't be Crip walking in the street. I can't be Crip walking in the street.
On phone them.
Yeah, but
you never did you answer my question that if your son come home? Did you answer that question? If your son came home doing the Crip walk,
I did.
Did you answer that? All right.
Questions that y'all are asking, so it is what it is. And
you wouldn't have no problem with it. You wouldn't say who taught you this. You wouldn't say who you hanging out with.
The problem is that we are not moving the conversation forward anymore. We're just stuck on y'all just coming up with ridiculous terms. So I'm tired now. That'll make me tired.
Shout out to Kendrick Lamar. Hey, shout out to Kendrick Lamar, because now Sharon could be black unapologetically, right? Because before Kendrick Lamar performing, this was impossible. Shout out to Kendrick.
All right, I'm gonna head out. I see you guys. I see you guys have hit your jack limit, so I'm gonna go find someone else to bother. All right, later, guys. It was a great show. Sorry, Happy, for not. You were just so goddamn quiet. I just forgot you were there.
They jumped on
the You good. Peace. Have a great day.
Supreme Goddess, you still there? Or are you in your meeting still? I think she's still in a meeting.
But she Crip walking right now. She ain't worried about it.
Hey, cuz, you got any more things you want to add to the show? I think cuz is good as well. Happy? You got anything you want to bring?
Everybody enjoy the rest of your day. Happy Monday.
Silent, what's your thoughts, Silent? Besides your giggles.
Well, I just got back up here.
There we go.
Thank you for having a show, though. You about to end it now?
I think so, because Fighter don't got nothing to say. He just clowning. He probably
I'm not high. I don't smoke weed, bro.
Yeah, that ain't the only way you could be high, but okay.
But another thing, I think some of these guys is double-minded, though, because one minute they could say that you can do that to a woman, but then you do that to somebody in their family, then they be mad.
I don't
You know
know.
what I'm
They say they don't want me to end it. I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell. Shit, I don't got the likes up. I don't know. Y'all be having me confused sometimes. All right, so they said regroup, come up with a new topic, and come back in an hour. I could do that.
In an hour. Come back right now. No, I was like, right away. Shit, I'm still at work.
Brother says, Sharon, it's too early. Bring your wheel ass going, Sharon. They said, can we cover the performance? Oh, we can. We can have a real conversation about the performance. Okay, we could do that as well. We could talk about Kanye. That's another thing that happened. What should we do? Should we go vertical or not?
No, keep it like this. Come on, let's get it. Let's put the performance. You already got it up there as the screensaver and stuff.
Yeah, play it.
I do got some videos that I wanted to bring up today too that I didn't get a chance to. Oh God.
Wait, so you didn't play the clip?
I ain't played no clips today.
You should play the clip. I want to see. I know that it was the theme was like in a prison yard, right? Wasn't that the theme? Kendrick Lamar, wasn't it like in a prison? The theme where he was dancing and all that. No. Oh, you don't know? Oh, okay.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It looked like the theme. You know the setting.
I don't know what you're talking about. What you talking about? Nothing. Huh?
So man. I'm not speaking to.
You like that one topic?
That's crazy. I'm not speaking to King's English or something. I don't get it.
What he talking about? Happy? He talking about nothing? Huh?
That's crazy. We know that. We know why. We know what the animosity is about. We get it.
Oh, now I got animosity.
We get it. We get it, brother.
Now we got animosity.
Animosity.
Oh my God, that is crazy. And we could talk about Taylor Swift getting booed.
Why they hating on Taylor Swift? She the white Beyonce.
I don't know why those white people didn't like that white woman. Why you asking me? I ain't a white woman.
Stop acting like your daughters don't listen to Taylor Swift. Stop.
They listen to Shake It Off, Shake It Off.
Who that? Who that? Beyonce? I don't know. I don't know what that was, bro.
Stop pissing me off for no reason. Before I get angry at you. All right, so we're gonna talk about the performance. So let me set it up so this way we can all go over there. Let's set it up so we can all go over there. Cause y'all be tripping. Y'all be just saying stuff. I can't believe how much y'all be saying stuff.
You about to start the new live right now?
Very soon, yes. I'll drop it I'll drop the StreamYard link in the back. So we could talk about it. I could curse Jack out on the new stream. I'm about to curse him out real quick. We come back in 10 minutes. Miss Jack, tired, broke, and disgusting, and do better. Towards the goal. Oh, you there, Diva?
I'm here.
Oh.
All right. Infamous Jack, tired, broke, and disgusted. Hashtag do better with the $16. What? Okay. Towards the goal. Laugh out loud. Try and be less annoying in the future. Shout out the ladies who support the show and the guys as well. Great show. Thanks for tolerating my autistic spurs.
Don't worry, we understand each other, Jack. We both on the spectrum. You just on a different end of it. That's all.
It's silent. Oh, it's cold with silent now. I can see the ice on the mirror.
What?
Ice. You see the ice on the mirror right there in the sub mirror.
Okay, so what's going on? Are we moving to a new stream?
I think so.
Okay.
What you think?
No, I mean I just got back, so yeah. I agree.
Oh I just gotta figure out how we're gonna go to the other side where the other guys don't talk too much. Okay. All right. So we're gonna talk about Kendrick Lamar's performance since Diva didn't get a chance to talk about it yet. Did you see it, Diva?
I did.
Ooh, that sounded really confident that she enjoyed it. So we're gonna have a good conversation because it sounds like she might be on the same side as Fighter Complex. Wow.
Absolutely not.
All right, so what we're gonna do? We're gonna break up the hall. Did the FBAs have a win? I don't know how we're gonna talk about it, Diva. The black women. So how we gonna say to make it egregious? Diva, how we gonna make it sound egregious? How we gonna do it?
Did the tethers fuck up the Super Bowl? I don't know that.
Okay, tethers fucked up the Super Bowl. What's your thoughts, Diva? How we gonna word it?
Did he have black women?
Black. Yeah, we gotta have black women support Serena's degeneracy. And
Say that, please.
Huh?
Say that.
Say that. All right, that's what we're gonna do.
Serena's degeneracy.
Yo, we are a mess sometimes. We're gonna see that's gonna spark some conversation. Serena, now I gotta make a new thumbnail and all that. So I got the link in the back chat, so I can just hop over there, and we're gonna see y'all on the next stream. Let's go.